Mario. Antonio.
Me.
Hey, yo, what's up out there?
Ice Cube.
That is not good.
Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime.
If you somehow find this offensive, just don't listen. But my guess is you'll be sticking around.
Let's do this.
It's going down, Jack.
Hey, it's Larry King welcoming you to the Opie and Anthony Show right here on SiriusXM's satellite radio.
Oh, this is good radio right here.
Y'all are cooler and shit.
It starts funny and then gets very uncomfortable.
One of the most popular radio shows in the world.
Radio journalism at its best.
Hello, kids. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. They swear and they're vulgar and they talk about awful, awful things. That's what you like, isn't it?
Very flavorful.
Yay.
That's what you like, isn't it?
Please welcome Opie. The show is twisted, I'm telling you.
Who's enjoying this shit?
That's what you like, isn't it?
Anthony
I want dick prizes. I love when girls go through that. I'm here for you, ladies. Remember that.
That's what you like, isn't it?
and Jim Norton.
If a pussy could talk, it would say, "Die."
That's what you like, isn't it?
Everything you are about to hear is real. Good morning. Welcome aboard.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
I know. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi.
Last we left you, we were heading into a meeting.
Look at everybody.
A goddamn meeting.
Yep.
We now will talk about the goddamn meeting.
We love our meetings with the brass, as they call it. The brass.
The head muckety muck.
The muckety mucks. The big wig type of meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
A lot was discussed.
should we start with what good came out of it?
What was the good?
There was one good thing.
Oh, the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I tweeted about that yesterday.
Yeah.
But then already the Twitter fucking idiot.
Oh, no. What are they? What are the
That's
Twitter?
all I see, though. They have a problem with everything. I have a happy tweet, happy to announce that finally, after working on this for a long time, we're going to have an Opie and Anthony podcast available, 1 hour a week, and it's going to be free.
What could
the next tweet. How much is this going to cost us? Did you just read the tweet?
Fucking assholes.
That's a waste of time. Just an hour.
Oh, holy fuck.
So I just turned off my Twitter again. Now I just turn off my computer.
Are you kidding?
Then I sneak back on, hoping these idiots are gone. Hey, Opie! How could that tweet be a problem?
There's not one person that should bitch about that because, first of all, if you don't like it, you'd never even have to know it exists.
Right.
There's nothing there that's going to cost you money or be a problem to you. So why the bitching?
One guy actually wrote, "What channel is that going to be on?"
What?
I'm talking about a podcast,
like iTunes.
But in all fairness,
in
all fairness, because the positive absolutely outweighs the negative on the Twitter and our fan base. You know, a lot of people very, very excited about it. But then you get these just idiots. They're just idiots.
That's why.
Only an hour? Yeah. That's the podcast world.
Yeah.
You put an hour out there.
That's why you hear things like 95% of people surveyed, 9 out of 10 doctors surveyed, things like that, because it could never be everyone, because there's always got to be some fucking idiots. Asshole that...
But we pay way too much attention to him. I'm paying way too much attention to him right now.
The
See, I'm
squeaky
guilty
douche.
Of it. Gets the douche oil.
Gets the fucking water and vinegar.
Right. Gets the summer eve. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how is this a problem?
Yeah, it'll be free.
Because I said it was going to be free.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, my God.
How much you holding us up for on this one? Nothing.
And it's mostly geared for our purposes, geared toward people that have no idea who we are and what this show is.
Right.
But are in the podcast universe. They'll see, because I think we'll do very well as far as the charting goes.
I hope so.
And then, you get new people that'll be turned on to that and be like, oh, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah, and it'll lead to some subscriptions.
Perhaps, sure.
But it also helps out some of the people that, they've fallen on hard times and they can't really afford this anymore. So they get a little taste and a little O&A material to get them through. It's just always. And I understand the ones that are just fucking around and do that shit. But no, they're real people.
Yeah.
And then you got the positive listeners trying to explain. Because I watch. Because I can't. I can't take it all on. So then you get positive people trying to explain to the guy, it still doesn't make a fucking difference. Fuck it. Jesus. And it'll be on iTunes and Stitcher and all that shit. And I don't know. We'll figure out all the good places. We honestly, we want to chart in the podcast universe on iTunes.
Yeah.
We want to be in that top 10 on a regular basis, and hopefully we will be.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll lead to subscriptions for SiriusXM. We're not getting a dime from it. It actually hurts our deal with Audible.
Yeah.
We do have a little deal with Audible. We get a little taste of the action there, but I think it's way more important to be on iTunes.
Yeah.
With a podcast. Way more important than the little taste we get from Audible.
Oh!
So
I love the fucking shit.
It's just...
Oh, do they fucking...
I don't understand, though, man. That I don't understand. You don't like a joke tweet or something like that. Fair enough, man.
Yeah, sure.
Not going to please everyone, but something that is so goddamn over the top positive. How is that a problem?
They're dicks.
They really
That's all it is. People are just dicks.
Yeah.
Dicks.
There's no real reason to a conclusion. They're just dickheads.
But it just amazes me.
Yeah.
I've been in the public eye a really long time, and to this day, it's
public
just
guy.
I've been in the public eye, and it just amazes me.
Yeah.
It amazes me. So yeah, that came out of the meeting. I think we're going to try to get it all done for next week. We're going to try to get it all together.
Yeah, it's on the fast track. It's on the fast track.
And we thought they would only go for a podcast if we used our old material.
Yep.
Because we got, about 8 years of satellite radio material now that's kind of just sitting there. We get to it every once in a while on a holiday or
if it's been repurposed.
Or, yeah, sure. But they don't even care, so we could do an hour of the weekly show, too.
Yeah. Have something topical, newsworthy, shit like that.
So we'll mix and match, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I think it's very cool.
I think it's great. I think it'll,
I think we should have been on there right from what they say, the get-go, as they say.
Well, then you get the funny people, and I appreciate them, too. Congratulations. What's next? A website? Welcome to 2008. And they're right.
We have a MySpace page. I hope you enjoy it.
I have a good name for it.
Yeah?
Opie and Anthony, an hour of laughter.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, I like it.
You don't think that's good?
No.
And then the rest of the meeting was just a bunch of bullshit.
It was Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day when we go in there, because it's literally the same meeting we had.
At one point, did you notice I threw my arms up in the air and I go, this is why I don't like having meetings with you.
Yeah, you did that, and then you also did the, we've been through this.
Right.
Hope he gets exasperated. Yeah. I got it. Oh my God, I've been here.
I don't understand.
Scott Greenstein?
And then you learn, the guys that are in between us and Scott Greenstein are too scared to talk to Scott Greenstein. That's very obvious.
Yeah.
So then I start looking at Steve Blatter. I'm like, you never told him? We've been discussing this for 2 years. Why am I discussing this with you?
And then they go...
Because we learned yesterday at the meeting that the animation festival is a great idea.
Yeah. Apparently, we never really got that across to anybody, that the animation festival was a great fucking event.
Right.
And we should probably figure out a way to do it again.
Right.
But how many years has it been since the animation
It's
festival?
got to be 5 years by now.
At least 5 years. And
it has to
and
be.
in that 5 years,
you were hanging out with Jill Nicolini. So how long ago was that?
Oh my God. No
5
idea.
years, probably 4 or 5 years.
Opie, it seems like 1,000.
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
But apparently, in that 5 years, we never mentioned how great an idea it was,
right?
And that we want to do it again. I don't think in 5 years we mentioned it.
Probably should have brought it up at least.
We probably should have brought it up.
And he even asked me, well, what's the cost, as far as this event goes? I go, there's no cost. You're not paying us extra money to be there.
No,
we usually get some up-and-coming comics to kind of entertain the crowd. They don't want any money. They just want the exposure. And then we got our listeners doing all the work.
You need, like, the venue. You need some AV equipment there to play the shit up on a big screen. But it's not...
But I've been told over the years that, it costs too much, this and that. And then I learned yesterday that the main guy doesn't even know. It was never presented to him.
What name did he pull out to get that together?
Yeah, that's a great observation from
He's got a great
Anthony.
gag. He turns to Steve, no matter what idea we talk about or fucking any kind of thing we want to do. He turns to Bladder and just blurts out a name I've never heard in my life. Steve, get Lori Christensen on that one. Yeah. Get Lori Christensen on that one. And we're like, what? Who the fuck? He goes, get her right on it. She's gonna like this one. She's gonna like getting involved in it. And they're like, okay, how about we want to do something. Promotion show. We want a podcast. All right. That's a good idea. Steve, get Bob Smith on it.
Yeah.
Get Bob Smith on that one. He's a good guy. He's the guy that could really spearhead this one. I don't know who these people are.
It's right out of the corporate handbook.
Yes, it is.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why I hate doing it.
I hate the meetings.
But I walked away going, holy fuck, we got the podcast done. That's definitely done.
Yeah.
I think.
I'll
believe it when I see it next week, if we get it done by next week, hopefully.
They might come to us and tell us that they'd like to, but the podcast will cost $500,000 to produce.
Jesus.
So, because of costs, we can't do it.
Well, they don't want to do the podcast because Entertainment Weekly is going to get a podcast.
Right. And they don't want to step on their toes.
He loves the fact that Entertainment Weekly has a channel on SiriusXM. I go, what happened with the wall? Because I haven't talked to him since the day, I actually was showing him what we needed, and he goes, yeah, done, no problem.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So I go, what happened to the wall? He goes, we got these high-profile shows coming in. I need space. I go, but you told me you said yes to it.
Yeah, and
what
then
happened?
He goes, deals get made, things happen.
Right. He has an answer for everything that just blows away your point.
But he didn't say the cost. He said deals get made, things happen, and high profile. Not it's $500,000.
Right.
It was easier to tell us that it would cost way too much than probably the real reason that, they
have a show going in there.
You're lucky to have the closet that you have.
Yeah. Which was a big part of the meeting. We were talking about the studio space, the console, the size of the console, the fact that we don't have a lot of room in here.
Right.
That I have a wall right to my back, that I got to lean forward every time people go back and forth. They go back and forth a lot because they got to get to Opie to give them various things for the show.
And then they set up a camera when we have the A-listers come in, and then we're stuck in our position for the entire interview because we can't move past cameras.
Can't move past cameras. There's really no fucking room in here. We're stuck in here.
Right.
So
the next morning, we just discussed this. We're like, there's too much shit in our studio, so at the very least, because obviously we're stuck with this studio.
Yeah.
Even though he gave us some kind of weird promise of, I don't know, they're working on other deals, and it's just nonsense that goes through my brain. I'm like, I just hear, ugh. I hear that throughout my day.
Yeah.
But the next day, we come into the studio after saying how the place is small and we got to clean up the clutter and get rid of some of the, clunky furniture. They added 2 big fucking giant garbage pails.
We walk in here, and much to our surprise, there are 2 garbage pails in here, which, by the way, one thing we've never asked for and never had a problem with and never addressed management with was our lack of garbage pail space.
Right. We used to have We used to have, you know, just a tiny little wastebasket.
You had a bathroom-sized, you're in your house, the bathroom-sized wastebasket.
You know, the one that's maybe 8 inches off the ground, tops.
Because how much garbage is Opie generating per day? And I'm not talking about what's coming out of your mouth. I'm talking about literal garbage.
Well, you would need a dumpster for that. See, he admitted it. He's useless. I told you. Oh, my God, where do I go with this one? Maybe I can find a place where it'll go viral. Oh, my God. Get a fucking life.
Oh, my God.
By the way, I throw away 2 coffee cups.
Whoa.
And 1 oatmeal little thing from Starbucks.
Did you ever go to anyone in management and say, guys, I just don't have enough garbage pail space?
I just don't get it.
They're trying to fix problems we never have.
Right.
And yet when we do have an issue,
a real problem,
it just never gets addressed. So they're fixing things we don't.
They just add new weird problems.
Yeah. So they're the biggest garbage pails.
You would see these on the city street.
On city streets, maybe in a stadium.
Yes.
In a stadium, those garbage pails.
The thing is,
in the park.
The thing is like up to my hip.
Yes.
It's giant, and there's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them.
You got your own.
They've cut probably out of the little alleyway you had to walk through.
Right.
Right now, they've cut probably 33% of the space you did have to walk out of.
You know, remember when I said that I don't have enough space?
Right.
I said I don't have enough space. So their solution to the "I don't have enough space" statement was to take away more space.
Yeah.
This is what we deal with around here. They can't even figure this shit out.
No. And I had a big garbage pail, but they went with a bigger garbage.
And I guarantee this was a long meeting.
Oh, boy.
And they decided that the Opie and Anthony studio needs 2 giant garbage pails in it. For 2 coffee cups and an oatmeal thing and maybe a newspaper and whatever Ron Fez throws away.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But, hey.
It would take us a month to fill this up.
It would be a month.
If it was just my shit, it would take over a month.
And you want the garbage in here changed every day.
Yes, because
you don't want it to stink. So
no, we're throwing the eggs out and fucking milk products and
there's fucking half a tuna fish sandwich going in the garbage. You want that for a month? Right. You want more garbage pail space, so what? You can pile more shit on top of it? No, you want a smaller garbage pail, so it has to be emptied every day. But
I walked in, I was thinking to myself, I can't wait for Anthony and Jimmy to see the giant garbage pails that they have now added to the studio, thinking logically this makes sense.
They're fantastic.
At least the rug is clean.
It's just
Look at the rug. The rug is fucking filthy.
It's just unbelievable. Sam, could we figure out, or Mars or somebody, I want to find out who decided that we needed these giant garbage pails.
You'll never get an answer.
I know. That's why we're doing this.
It'll be a consortium of people that are responsible, nameless, faceless members that reside upstairs.
I think they're fucking with us.
I think they're fucking with us.
Because down the hall is a tiny little blue wastebasket. Wouldn't you want one of these in the hall where you have a lot of foot traffic?
You're fucking right. Look at that. There's a small, tiny garbage pail in the hallway where it's a communal garbage pail. So that's a little one. This should absolutely be there, and that should be there.
I think they're fucking with us.
Why would they do that?
I think they fucking just hate our guts.
Why do you do that?
Who did we piss off? There's no way logically this makes sense.
All right, guys. Get this. Sit down. You're going to love this one. Let's put giant garbage pails in their studio. Like these closed-door meetings with everybody. Oh, that's fucking classic.
Or maybe they're trying to throw us off. They're like, okay, we know they're going to bitch, but maybe if we throw giant garbage pails in there,
they won't bitch about the important things.
They'll just bitch about this.
They'll be distracted by the shiny object.
Right.
The big garbage pails.
They're huge.
There's 2 of them.
I know.
This is funny. Kevin from Connecticut just said, did Opie just really say, who did we piss off?
Yeah.
That's funny.
What are you going to do? There's 2, Sam.
There's 2.
Giant garbage pails in our studio.
It couldn't be less necessary.
Right?
Yeah.
The room feels smaller because of the garbage cans.
Yeah.
That's how big they are.
You could feel it.
Plus, that's the corner that everybody has to go in to set up the video cameras.
It's the worst place for a giant garbage pail. It's the worst place.
Guys, at every, you know how at every meeting they talk about that animation festival? No matter what, get this, guys, get this. No matter what happens, make like we never heard it. At every meeting. It's got to get them so pissed off.
And then, so the animation festival, which I don't believe will ever happen.
I know.
But it's the first time Greenstein heard about it, and he thinks it's a great idea. I'm like, holy fuck, we should have been up to the 5th one by now. We wanted to do that once a year.
We have very talented people.
We thought it would be a great fucking event.
That out there that could do animation very well. They take clips from the show.
Right.
They animate them. And then we have a big event and play them and celebrity panel judges them. And it's just a great night.
Yeah, a lot of people, you know, went there, and the videos are online. I remember originally people were saying that it wasn't worth it because they couldn't make money off it, or it cost too much money, something like that.
Always a cost issue.
Something like that. Travis?
I know why the garbage pails are here.
Okay.
Oh.
I asked my superior.
Who's your superior?
Gary.
I thought he was out for. I thought he was in D.C.
It's the magic of text messaging.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And?
This is the first step in cleaning up the studio.
What? Just fill the space that's dirty with garbage cans.
But why not just take the garbage out and then put 2 small ones in there, which would clean up and...
But these go to 11.
Or what? Maybe one giant... You don't need 2 giant garbage pails.
Just going to wheel in one of those big blue dumpsters.
A dumpster!
Yeah, right, a giant dumpster, Sam.
Fucking Chip.
Said it. It's mine.
Although fucking Dr. Chip yesterday had me fucking howling.
Yeah, I know. That was a good bit. Very good bit.
It was fucking roaring.
Dr. Chip is number 2 to Chip Waldman. For
oh,
Chip
really?
Waldman's still my favorite.
Chip Waldman's very good.
So, yeah, that's why we got the garbage.
So it's the first step.
What do you mean the first steps? Do you hear what... You're hearing this, right? This corporate nonsense, the first step. How about you just clean the studio? It'll take an hour.
Yeah, the problem wasn't lack of garbage cans. It was people weren't putting things into the garbage. We didn't need more cans.
I will be in charge of this studio, and I'm going to clean up this studio. Yeah.
Clean studio. That'll be the day.
That'll be the day.
So the radio wizard signed off on the big giant garbage pails?
Radio wizard.
Why doesn't he throw himself into one of these things? And we'll wheel him out and give him a proper burial in a dumpster.
Oh, no.
This is what we deal with.
Yeah. Well, the garbage pail. So it came from who's the actual person that said, let's get bigger garbage pails in there?
I can ask.
And what's the conversation? The guys are complaining that the studio's dirty in the morning. Oh, we must need giant garbage cans in there.
And it wasn't the fact that it's our studio. We never complained that our studio has too much hoarder home style garbage laying around it. We said the studio's cluttered. There's stuff from various, programs and things and just clutter in here. Bringing bigger and more garbage pails in here just clutters it up more. Yeah. We didn't say we need more room for the garbage that's laying all around the studio. They just missed the point.
They're just so stupid.
At least the light's back.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm kind of surprised.
I am too. I thought that
I'm very surprised by
I thought that bracket was going to be empty.
Yeah, for a
years to come. Like the fucking when the wall came down.
Could you open the door for me, please?
Oh no!
I'll open it. For you,
oh boy,
he's
there
goes
up
the giant garbage can.
Hope he's
one
picking
of the
up
two.
Surprised he
one of
lift
the
it.
giant garbage pails. and here.
That was really loud.
Oh, here comes garbage pail number 2. It's there goes that one got body slammed really onto the floor, and
I'm gonna have to pay for that one, but
there they are. Yeah, look, it's Denny down the hallway.
Jesus Christ!
So is that a no thank you on the garbage can?
Yeah, no.
That, I think, is a...
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, that's...
Gary doesn't know whose idea it was.
I can't wait to bring my son in here.
He doesn't know.
So he could point at Gary and go, look what you did.
Gary doesn't know whose idea the garbage pails are. See, this is exactly what I say.
Right.
No one will know.
He says, I don't know. Easy enough to swap them out. I'll let him know.
Oh, yeah.
Opie's one step ahead of him.
Yeah,
no.
They've been swapped
Not waiting
out.
for you.
Opie just gorilla press slammed them down the hallway, so no problem.
But
the one broke,
know.
too.
It did.
Yeah, they're going to make me pay for it.
But he doesn't know.
Huh?
How does he not know whose idea the garbage pails were? Oh, boy.
Yeah, you can't know why they're there, but then not who did you have the conversation with?
Right. Exactly.
How did you get the information that that's why they were...
Yeah.
What else happened in the meeting? I'm trying to remember. Oh.
Well, Scott,
I try to call him out on the bus tour. He goes, "Oh, it's on the calendar for September.
Budget signed.
Budget
Budget for it is signed."
I go, "But we've been talking about this for over a year. Isn't that a problem?
It's a done deal.
Wasn't there something else that happened instead, though? Like there was another project that happened. Like what? The big dance thing happened instead.
In Miami.
Fall's bigger than
No, he
spring.
said something about we don't want to compete with summer events. Someone told him that we don't want to compete with summer events. It was more just bullshit.
But we wanted to do it in early spring.
We wouldn't be competing with summer events. Yeah.
No.
You know what? That's a great point.
We would have done it already. If we would have done it when we wanted to do it, we would have done it. It would have been in the history books of the O&A show.
Like a month ago.
Right. Yeah. Not summer. It was freezing. It's been freezing.
But he said in the meeting, you don't want to fucking compete with summer events.
Yes. The lazy, hazy, crazy days of April.
And what else? I don't even know what else happened there.
Well, he got a little paranoid. Well, because Opie thought it would be a good idea to bring his camcorder in and lay it on the armrest of his chair, pointing directly at Scott. Now, to Opie's defense, I noticed that the lens cover was closed. It wasn't open. It wasn't recording. But
I just placed it in the worst place possible. He looks at me. He goes, "Are you recording
this?"
And then I had to over the top explain I'm not. And I go, "Look, you can check for yourself."
No. I swear.
And then he suggested an event for us.
Oh, okay.
He knows I'm sort of a hockey fan.
Oh, no, the event.
An Islanders fan.
Oh, no.
Islanders won last night 6-4.
Yeah.
Over the Penguins. Great game.
Did you tweet anything like, "Yeah, go Islanders.
Miss you.
In the lead. Here they go."
I did.
Oh, you did?
I couldn't help myself.
Oh.
And it worked out last night. What did I tweet? I forget. I wrote, I just wrote hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I wrote hell yeah when I believe the Islanders tied it up at that point. So I just wrote hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
And people were like, "Holy shit, keep your fucking mouth shut."
How far were, what was their lead at that point?
No, I think that's when they tied it.
Oh.
At 3. It was a great game. Anyway.
Yikes.
So Greenstein has a feeling that I'm an Islanders fan, and he suggested, a big event for us.
Cool.
He wants us to broadcast from the Nassau. I swear to God. And back me up.
I'm right here.
He said, he goes, "I don't know. How about you guys broadcast from the Nassau Coliseum? And I don't know, try to save the Islanders."
From what?
From moving.
Is everybody excited about the move?
Everybody is excited.
I didn't even know what to say at that point. And I was nice. I said, well, they actually signed their new lease for Brooklyn.
There isn't one
a brand new
Islanders fan
fucking, arena
that isn't excited about the Islanders going to Brooklyn, a new fucking arena.
Well,
why would we save that?
There are people bummed, but the time to, quote, try to save the Islanders with a wacky radio bit that the home of rock and roll should be doing, not the Opie and Anthony show, a goof event, would have been when they were trying to figure out if they were going to build a new one.
Save the Coliseum! Save the Coliseum!
Well, how about this? You go to the new Brooklyn place and do like a fake blockade, almost like George McGovern blocked. Didn't they block the fucking colleges in the 60s so students couldn't get in?
Yeah.
That's what we should do with the Islander
It
thing.
wasn't George McGovern. It was George Wallace.
Oh, I'm sorry, George Wallace.
Jeez, poor McGovern. You just made him a racist. He's dead, though. So. Fuck him.
I didn't know what to say to that one.
Yeah.
I got really uncomfortable
I did
how
too.
out of touch that was.
I had all of a sudden, in an instant, the image of an event like that was in my head. I pictured the crackly parking lot of the Nassau Coliseum.
No, they made it a little better.
Did they?
Yeah,
a
little bit. A little bit. A couple years ago, they paved it finally.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Okay, the nice parking lot.
Yeah.
Us there with, some fucking the old SiriusXM van. I don't know.
Right.
And a smattering of people.
Right.
And the whole thing being embarrassing because no one was there.
And the point of reference for the listeners that are all over the country that don't know what the Nassau Coliseum is.
It's a shithole.
Exactly. That's all. You guys have only described it as a complete shithole.
A shithole.
It's the worst arena in hockey.
So,
I can't think of one that's worse.
You're right, yeah.
Why would people then listening in Oklahoma get excited to hear O&A or go into that?
Well, because he knows I'm
Shithole.
an Islanders fan.
Do you think people would fly in from other states to be part of that event?
No, they don't want to save the Islanders.
Who cares, right?
It doesn't matter.
And then he said something like, yeah, they had a really good year. They had a pretty good year, I think he said. I go, they're still playing. They're in the playoffs. Yeah, I know, Tavares. He just throws a name at me.
He loves throwing names out.
He just threw a name at me like, no, see, I know. But he didn't know.
I know, Bossy.
Right.
What?
He goes, yeah, Tavares. Yeah. That's all he said.
What?
You think you just memorized a name?
Yeah.
I wanted to say, you don't know they're in the fucking playoffs, do you?
No, I don't. But now I do, and we'll work on that. Like, here's the deal. Let's say we were able to do some kind of a summer event, a beach party, much like we did up there in fucking Buffalo, but without maybe getting arrested. I don't know, something like that. Now, for that, you could picture people going like, I'm from fucking Chicago, but I am flying there because this is going to be a sick fucking summer drinking chicks party thing. Now, that same guy, you think he's going to be like, fucking Nassau Coliseum parking lot, fucking Islanders.
Sure, you cook up some dogs.
Yeah.
Hey, bring me a dog.
Even
Islanders.
No.
Even if
You don't like that idea, Jimmy?
I can't even put into words how much I hate it. I wouldn't do it.
Fucking great idea.
Oh, fuck yeah. You save the Islanders, we're all in the parking lot, get some fucking bikes or something. Hey, you take a ride, I'll take a ride. What the fuck?
Even if you had to do like an Islanders event?
Then it killed me that I had to be polite because they didn't have a microphone in front of me. Because then you could tell people, we're just doing it for the radio.
Right.
We have to pump shit up for the radio.
Exactly. Like
but
this.
when you're in his office, you have to be polite about it. Like, and make believe it might be a good idea, but obviously, we'd rather do something different, I said.
That's something somebody that used to be involved in the show didn't understand. When you're in that boss's office, see, it's not the show. Whoops.
Why wouldn't you attach yourself to, like, the newness of it's a new stadium.
Brooklyn.
We're in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's cool. The stadium's cool. The Islanders are coming here, like, welcoming the...
But that's right. The rest of the country. We do talk to the country at this point.
They wouldn't care.
It would have to be something that's very universal and things that people would like. Everyone loves a good beach event, summer event, chicks, that stuff. That you're going to fucking hop on a plane for.
Well, we'll try to come up with some kind of event. That's what we finally told them.
Yep.
We're like, look, we got to think about it.
How about a giant Pop-Tart at Madison Square Garden?
Oh, God.
No?
When are we writing the book?
I got it.
It's time to write the book.
Oh, my God.
To call out all this nonsense.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket.
And then no visual element.
That's
that got shut down again. They can't make money at it.
Can't make money.
And they want to make money as a company. I go, fuck everyone else. I said, make a deal for just us.
They don't see
who cares about everybody else?
They don't see
That's
the
what
upside.
I said, fuck everyone else. Make it, if we're a high-profile show, make a deal for us.
They want a good business model
for
that,
everybody.
Gets money without
everybody.
They don't want to sacrifice content without any revenue.
So the visual element's going to take some time still. So the one thing that came out of it is the podcast, and I'll believe it when I see it.
How about, why couldn't they do something where on their own website, we have cameras in here, and they stream the show on their own website, and you have to, like if you were listening online, you know, put in your fucking account information so that now you get people that are already subscribing, so they're getting money from it. It's on their own website, so it's driving traffic to their website, and we now have a visual element.
He said something about satellites, Wi-Fi. Remember that one?
I didn't get it either. You're right. I forgot that
He has
part.
a great way of just fucking, just throwing you off the fucking scent.
It has nothing to do with the satellites.
And how do you come back from satellites, Wi-Fi?
Satellites, Wi-Fi. Yeah, with some technical reason.
And
with
then,
the app, he mentioned the app.
And then, of course, I don't know that shit, so I can't even argue the satellite Wi-Fi argument.
But could you imagine you got your phone and you click on something, an app, and there we are, a fucking the televised version of the program as we're doing this show. But so. How people do that all the fucking time. I do it from my basement.
He said, two technologies.
Two technologies, so Wi-Fi, satellites, outer space, booster rockets, booster rockets.
I do little morning shows on the road that have that. I do like little regular terrestrial radio shows.
You can fucking click on a website of a radio station and get cameras.
Scott and Todd have it.
It comes down to this. It was pretty obvious. They can't make money at it, so they don't give a fuck about our personal happiness. Our personal happiness and a business model that makes some money have to match up. You get it?
But they would make money. That's what I don't understand. They're not seeing the big picture.
I said not everything is black and white where you're making money at something, right off the bat. Down the road, you fucking benefit.
But you got to get, entrenched. You got to get in there.
Here's the business model. You do a best of show. I mean, how does Howard pull it off? Because he knows because he controls it. You do a best of show or whatever, and you do it once a week. You get a network or a television channel to show it. That's how you make fucking money.
There you go.
Here's how you make money. You go to, whether it's not DirecTV, maybe you go to somebody else. You go, hey, look, we're going to do a once a week 1 hour show. We would like to show it on your platform. Oh. Okay, you sell advertising during said program.
Right.
No, he said Mark Cuban is interested, but isn't willing to pay for it or something like that.
Was that one of the things?
Yeah, but Mark Cuban doesn't spend a lot on any of his shows, so there's not.
Was that one of the things he said not for air? I don't remember. He said a couple things. He goes, "This isn't for the air."
Ooh,
I don't know.
I didn't purposely say that.
Yeah.
Was it?
I don't know. I forgot what wasn't for air and what was.
Honestly, so did I.
Garbage pails for the air.
Okay.
Garbage. They're still laying out there.
New York Islanders idea for the air.
For the air. How could it not be? Get the people crazy.
Get the people crazy.
Oh shit. Was that one not for the air?
It doesn't matter. It's not gonna
happen
know.
Anyway.
I'm sure.
But you didn't come up. You didn't say the idea.
Yeah, there's no real secret. Mark Cuban certainly would love to get involved. He's told us personally. He goes, well, we should try to figure something out. I said, let's try to figure something out.
They've looked at various places and talked with various people about some type of visual element, but it's more a platform-wide thing, and they just haven't heard the right business model yet to do that. That was what we heard.
I could talk about the conversations I've had with Mark Cuban. He would love to figure something out with our show.
Yeah.
And his, what is it, Access or something like that?
Access TV, whatever. Yeah. It's all live stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He would love to figure something out, and we certainly would too. And we don't give a fuck about the money as much as, raising our profile out there.
And the more people that can see it, the more people that might get the service.
That's what it is.
It's almost like when you do a commercial, instead of a 30-second commercial, it's a 1 hour commercial.
Yeah. It's they don't see the value in promoting the platform and the show. They need some type of immediate revenue stream coming in, and so they don't really know that it's a good thing just to put it out there.
Well, Blatter did tell him that the show's never sounded better in the 4 years he's been working with us.
That's true. Yes, he did.
And to summarize, here's the problem. They are very happy with this radio show. It's very successful for SiriusXM.
Yes.
But we're bored as shit. And just want more for ourselves and more for, obviously the listeners. and the show in general. And it's not matching up.
Yeah.
Because right now they're like, oh, we're very happy with this show category. They probably have a category of only just a handful of fucking shows that they know are successful and they're very happy with. And we're in that.
Yeah.
In that bucket, that corporate bucket.
Yeah, they're making some cash. They're happy with that end of it. But, you know.
We just want more for ourselves.
More for ourselves as far as, creativity goes. The fact that the spontaneity factor is gone from, hey, we got a phone call. This guy and girl want to come up and do this. That's gone. We don't have that. And then we heard, well, what about the fishbowl? It's like, no, you don't understand. We can't get a spur of the moment phone call and go, now let's move everything into the fishbowl and fucking, in the middle of the lobby, we're going to have a fucking guy and a girl fucking or something.
Right.
No, you don't understand.
We have to schedule the fishbowl, and then they have to set up the fishbowl for our broadcast.
Then, of course, you need security to screen everyone that's coming in during a certain time. It takes away that element of just, hey, we got a caller that wants to come in and do this. So that has been, we used to get a lot of that at NEW and even at XM. We got that, but
that's not changing anytime soon either.
No,
because they're just happy with the show. They're like, look, they gave us our own studio. I guess that's supposed to be special because other people share studios. And, it's making money for the company, and they checked us off like, good.
All right.
We like these guys, and they're doing great.
Let's look. Yep. In the red, in the black. They're in the black. Good.
That's it.
Okay. Good show. That's a good show.
We just want more for ourselves.
And by more, you don't even mean money. You mean more
no.
like things that will make the show better.
Yeah. Yeah, money would always be good, but it's not our number one motivation by any means. I just want to, I want the show available to a lot more people.
Yeah.
A lot more people. The podcast will certainly help us out, though. I think we'll do very good. I think we'll do really good numbers on there because they'll be able to just download it to their phone very, very easily. Right alongside all the other big podcasts out there.
Exactly.
So.
Uh-oh, another load of garbage coming in.
Yeah.
God damn it. And I mean the guy bringing it. I'm kidding, Kenny.
All right, well. Was that it for the meeting?
There are other things that can't be discussed.
What was it?
Oh, great. What? What do I have to be told?
Well,
Why are you not facing me?
I can't.
What am I not being told?
I swear to God, I don't. Oops,
I know what he means.
What? No, you don't.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Uh-huh.
I got it.
Yeah. So,
I think my favorite part was the animation festival.
I couldn't believe it.
That is a good one.
I think the Islanders broadcast is my favorite.
My favorite part is, all right, take it easy. When we shook hands and I was able to fucking leave the office.
How long was the meeting?
I don't know, 45 minutes maybe.
Yeah, about 45.
In the big man's office?
Yeah, it was really cool, though, where I was sitting. He's got this table in front of me, right? And there's, it's like a magic fucking, one of those magic wooden boxes. It's built very nicely. And it's got these shelves that pull out from each side of the table. And it's a nice kind of dovetail joint thing. And I was able to take my foot, put it underneath, and pull out and push in the little sliding part of the table the whole time. Yeah.
A little something to keep yourself occupied?
Yes! It was cool as fuck. It slid so smoothly on just the wood.
Nice.
Like, it was built very nice. Very nice. A lot of craftsmanship went into it.
I'll end with some positivity. You completely understand why Scott Greenstein has that gig.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you have to be an amazing bullshit artist.
You have to be able to appease people.
It's a lot of shows to keep happy.
Really is.
There were a lot of promises made in that false promises made in that office.
Yeah.
But like Ann said, he was throwing names out like, okay, get him on that one, get him on that.
Yeah.
Because I think they're gonna like try to rearrange the furniture in here.
Yeah.
To make a little more room for us in this tiny little spot.
Do you really think they are, or do you
No.
think no?
But he threw a name out and everything. Like, get blah, blah, blah.
Steve, get Kevin Lang on that. Kevin Lang is big. This guy, you're going to love him. And we never see these people.
It's like watching Shelley from Glengarry Glen Ross. Grace, book me 2 tickets.
Yes.
That's it. Yes.
And
he just comes up with these names.
We leave the office with a lot of promises, and then one by one, they'll just fall by the wayside.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said to the guys afterwards, I'm like, look, if we got the podcast and that's all that came out of this, then that's good enough for me, because you can't have high expectations that the other shit will be done.
Right.
I say nothing happens with the studio, making it smaller or this area smaller so we have more room in here.
Yeah, the console.
I don't believe we're going to actually broadcast from a bus in the fall.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
But the budget's done. Signed. It's over.
But the idea is when he says stuff like that about the budget and he throws names out, at least in that moment, that's the end of the conversation.
Yes.
No, I just said it. It's done.
That's what it is.
That's what I'm trying to say. You can't argue if he's saying it's done.
Yes,
you win.
yes.
Right.
Like it's just like, yep, you guys are right.
Because I
You
did
win.
try with but we've been working on this for a year. He goes, it's done. It's happening in September.
Yeah.
But we also were told it was done for the spring.
Well, it's done now.
Right.
It's done. It's done. Steve, Tom Douglas is going to fill that one for us. Get Tom on it. Tom has done so many great things for this company, and he's gonna jump on this. You're gonna love how he handles this. Who? Where?
Next time, go in with a company directory and start checking names.
Go what?
Yeah, this guy died in 2009.
The hell is this? Bill Clay? It's Bill Clay.
Mel Karma, who? Get Hugh on that. Call Hugh P on the phone. Get him on that.
You know what sucks? I want to throw out my coffee cup, and I can't.
I know, because now we have no garbage pills. We have no garbage
How
pills
about go grab that blue one down the hall? If someone grab that. That's our garbage
That's
pill.
all we need is a little blue wastebasket in here.
It needed the money.
A little blue one. Not stadium garbage pails.
Well, how's it ever going to get clean in here if you don't fill up all possible floor space with garbage cans?
I don't know. By the way, I'm a big fan of Plugola. My razors came in today.
Oh.
That's not Plugola.
DollarShaveClub.com. See, we're not even doing a live read right now, but I am a fan.
Yeah.
And now that I finally shaved the old beard, I definitely need more razors, and my razors came in today.
That's not Payola, though.
And I'm not paying for these razors whatsoever.
But they're a sponsor, so that's allowed.
Right.
And razor blades.
Hey, there's the little garbage pail. Nice.
You hear it?
I heard it.
You hear that?
That's fucking...
Went in nice, right?
Now,
Where am I supposed to put my stuff in?
That's true.
Yeah, we need another
Give me a
wastebasket.
little small one.
We need the one that's on the side of the... Yeah. Take that. All right. All right. Here's what we're going to do, Mars.
Yes, sir.
See that garbage pail next to the printer?
Yes. That's a big one, though.
But it's flatter.
It was here before.
And we do need we need one of a little bit of size here.
It is
because that's yours, personal garbage pail.
Ooh.
This is the entire thing. So that goes against the wall. Look. See, it's flat.
And
it's nice.
Flush. And it's
now,
half the size of the one we just broke.
Now we take the shitty big pail and we put it against there so they could use it.
Or do you want the blue wastebasket that's coming in now?
No, I don't think we need that.
Well, you sure?
I don't know. That's nice.
It really is nice, man. Look at that.
How teeny and tiny. Hooty.
Try them both out.
Don't we need...
Just try them both out.
All right, put that one there. Okay. I'll take them both for a little test drive, and we'll see which one I go home with. What would it take to put you in this garbage pail? Mars, do you know
a merger
who ordered
the giant
garbage pails?
I have no idea.
Were they here first thing this morning? Like,
first thing this morning.
So somebody put them in last night.
sometime between yesterday and today. Garbage pails.
Mars?
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at Hispanics a little differently today. I'm sorry.
Whoa!
I'm sorry, buddy.
But I told you
that Cleveland situation. I'm looking at the Hispanics a little differently today.
You mean respectfully?
He did.
I did tell you guys that Latinos are, they're sexual deviants.
Why is that?
I don't know.
In general, that's a big fucking bold statement coming from, by the way, the Latino.
Well,
that didn't come from us.
Well,
it's called Latin lover. You get this passion of. Hold on. I missed. Maybe we do need the bigger guy.
I went right into the small one.
See?
I don't know, Mars.
I need to try it out a little more.
The fuck's going on up there in Cleveland?
Yeah.
No, it's.
And what is wrong with these fucking neighbors?
They called the cops a couple times.
You reading the shit? There was a naked girl in the yard and another girl in chains, and the neighbors are. Some of them did call the cops, but the cops aren't really checking out the situation properly.
Yeah, they called the police.
Holy fuck!
They should have told the cops it was a white girl. Then they would have bashed the fucking doors.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, and then at one point, there's one of the women is on the second floor staring out the window with a little kid. And the whole neighborhood, didn't think this guy had a wife, a girlfriend, or a kid. So that should have been some suspicion.
I think that's the end for me
obviously
today.
She's staring out in a way like, wow, I wish I could go outside. And next thing you know, the dude realizes she's looking out the window and causing suspicion. So he blocks that window.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get the neighbors a talking?
The cops were called 2 years ago for a naked woman in the yard.
Right.
I mean, how many times was this ball fucking dropped?
How many times have the neighbors called you on a naked woman in the yard?
You know what? They don't call, but apparently, from speaking to the kids at that birthday party, they look out the window.
Right.
They've watched out the window. Yeah. And they're not there against their will at my house, for the most part.
They were at least very good-looking guys.
Huh?
They were good-looking guys, the three brothers.
Jesus. Wow.
I can't even imagine what went on in that house.
Fucking nasty motherfucker.
What's the 5 pregnancies about I'm reading about today?
Yeah,
Five pregnancies.
There were 5 pregnancies. Now, whether that means, does that mean 5 kids? Or does that mean a few abortions?
Probably 5 abortions or 4 abortions and 1 birth. That's what's in the yard, probably.
Yeah, they were impregnated a total of 5 times, resulting in the birth of 1 child.
So doesn't that
all right, I got all the
tell you that they had to go to some place to get this abortion?
Really, right?
Why don't you say, excuse me?
Yeah.
Help!
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if that's the truth, they wouldn't have buried them in the yard.
Did they bury the
I'm thinking they
abortions in the yard?
There was another girl there, too. One girl said when she got there in 2002 or 2003, there's another woman there briefly.
A 4th?
Another woman.
That would be a 4th woman?
Yeah. That's one of the girls.
They're going to find a dead
body.
body.
But you think this is going to turn out to be a House of Horrors? House of Horrors for the news?
House of
Women
Horrors.
held in House of Horrors.
Yes.
I like a good House of Horrors on the news.
Well, why don't we do this? I got a whole fact sheet of the latest on the Cleveland situation.
Yeah.
We'll go down. There's like 12 new things. And then we got the Charles Ramsey shit.
Charles Ramsey, hero. National hero. There should be a Charles Ramsey Day, at least in Cleveland.
Him and his goons.
He
travels with his goons now.
He has become more of the story than the story.
Of course. And
people love him.
He's got an entourage, and he's dressing a lot nicer already.
And there was an article from a black woman talking about the black witnesses, the black neighbors of all these various news stories that are over the top and entertain us. And they're on YouTube. They become viral videos. They become songs. And she's very upset that that is completely racist and can't understand why we look at black people as entertainment, as they play the fool, and we build this up. It's like,
she's an idiot.
Funny's funny, motherfucker. And sorry that it's all like black people that are on the news and we're cracking up.
I'm sorry, but why does she blow off the white people that are doing the exact same shit?
Because there's
a handful of white people that are also, acting like fools.
Because that's what these racist black people do. They're of the most racist that I've ever seen. In that black racists will adhere to race more than any other race of people. It's insane. So this woman that was writing this is a complete racist.
But black people have a thing that we don't. Like, white people never get mad at each other.
Big dicks? What?
Exactly. Big, delicious. White people never get mad at each other for clowning for black people.
Yeah.
Black people will get mad at each other for clowning for white people.
Yes.
That's one dynamic that blacks have with each other that whites don't have with each other.
Yeah.
Like I would never accuse you of playing the fool for black. Like, you just wouldn't. It's not something that's in our psyche as a race.
You think black people watch like could be a crackhead?
Yeah.
And go like, oh man.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
Right.
Let's get Patrice's take on this next. And that's right.
He would have a ball with this one.
How fucking great it would be to get his whole
Charles Ramsey
Latino angle on it with the women and then the Charles Ramsey angle on it. It's just fucking no one can come in and give us that part of the story. Sucks.
We just got Mars basically saying that all Latinos.
We got Mars and we got fucking 2 giant garbage pails.
Yeah, and
that's what we get now. That's what we get now.
That's all we have now.
Which actually it just amounts to 3 garbage pails.
We'll do the whole Charles Ramsey thing. We'll do the latest on the case, and I don't know. We'll figure out some other shit too.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
I'm guessing Gary Glitter got busted recently. Like, this the anniversary of Gary Glitter's bust?
Hey! Come on, bring this back to the sporting arenas.
Are they just gone?
The sporting events. Most teams got rid of this song.
Why? Every other song they play, the guy who wrote it did drugs or fucked chicks on the road. Who cares?
Who cares if he fucked children?
No, but I'm sorry. It's a good point. But I'm saying a lot of them did illegal shit like drugs. I shouldn't say fuck chicks.
Gary Glitter is 69 years old today. It's his birthday, Jimmy.
69!
Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Glitter, 69, yeah. But the 9's a little smaller than the 6.
Yeah.
Hey!
How great is it? A whole stadium full of people.
Rules. Hey! This one will make a lot of us feel old. Alex Van Halen.
Yeah.
The big 6-0 today.
Wow.
And Don Rickles still going strong at 87.
Crazy. Wow.
87 for Don Rickles. Still performing. Kicking ass.
Bet it's down here then.
Yeah, what is that, better?
Nice champagne. Come back. He was so good in Casino.
It was funny when I saw him on the Tonight Show. I did a segment before he did Leno once, and I was watching his interview. And he said something, and then Jay asked him kind of a similar question. He goes, "What are you, dumb? I just said that." Fun way to
fucking obnoxious.
Oh, he says funny shit, man.
Yeah.
What are you, dumb?
All right, we got Cleveland.
Cleveland, the big story.
Yeah.
The chicks.
What do we got?
Captive.
Let me just go down the list as we know it right now. The 3 women were starved, raped, and then beaten when they pregnant in the basement dungeon of Cleveland home.
It was more. They were girls. One was 14, one was 16. They weren't even.
Oh boy.
It's not like they were fucking.
Yeah.
Starved, raped, then beaten. When they pregnant in the basement dungeon of Cleveland
Probably
home.
when they were pregnant. It gets cut off on these printers sometimes.
So when they were pregnant, they had to live in a basement dungeon?
Yeah, the whole time. They just beat them and raped them. The brothers did.
Were they trying to induce a miscarriage or something?
You know what? Maybe.
Maybe.
This Ariel guy, this fucking animal, knew the girls. I forget the Spanish girl's name, but he knew her family.
Oh.
So the last day that this girl was...
Jesus?
Yeah. The last day she was seen was with this guy's daughter. I believe, like, the Ariel Castro's daughter was friends with the, De Jesus. And I think she was walking with the daughter and then asked for money to make a phone call. And then they just separated. Like, the Ariel Castro's daughter went one way, and this girl who became the victim went the other way. Dang. And obviously what happened is she probably saw this her friend's father said, "I'll give you a ride."
Right.
And then he just took her.
The old ride.
So all these years, she was with somebody who she had to know, or she had to know was her friend's father.
Right.
Jesus.
So she probably knew she was never getting out because he couldn't let her go.
Damn. doesn't make sense that he was able to keep this quiet for 10 years.
Amazing.
It doesn't make sense to me.
This many people involved?
Right.
You know?
It's amazing. The three brothers, no one talked in a drunken...
And then he's bringing the little kid to the local park to play, and...
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of opportunities to yeah, I know, but to raise suspicion, because a lot of the neighbors said we never saw him with a wife or a girlfriend, but the next thing you know, he's walking around with a 6-year-old, and they said, "Hey, what's up with the 6-year-old?" And he did say it's my girlfriend's kid, but no one saw him with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
But in that neighborhood, man, where it's just run down, nobody really pays. You know what I mean? It's not. It probably is not weird to see a family situation you're not familiar with. Like, it's probably not weird to see.
Yeah. Everyone keeps their yap shut.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. Oh, you're banging this one that week? Who cares?
Right.
The girls were impregnated a total of 5 times, resulting in the birth of the one child, who's now, 6?
Yeah.
One woman had up to 3 miscarriages. Oh. They were kept chained and taped in separate rooms. They were reportedly seen naked and on dog leashes in the backyard by a neighbor once, and cops were called. Officers dismissed it as a prank.
A prank?
Dismissed it as a prank. Well, cops did a fucking terrible job with this one.
Who the hell is this chick?
Wow.
Katie Pavlich. I know her, actually.
No, you don't.
I do. Katie Pavlich.
No, you don't.
Nope. And the smile giveaway.
Jimmy.
Another call was reportedly made when neighbors saw 3 girls crawling on all 4s with nothing but dog leashes around their necks, according to USA Today. They said police never responded to their call. Man.
It's a little prank. They were punked.
A resident said he called police a 3rd time in 2011 when his sister heard pounding on their window and looked up to see a woman outside with a baby. When the cops came, they found nothing and left, the neighbor said.
Holy fuck.
Wait, so she got out? Seems like she got out, was pounding on the neighbor's window.
Oh, my God.
Right? Isn't that how that reads?
Perhaps.
When his sister heard pounding on their window, and looked up to see a woman outside with a baby.
Oh, boy.
When the cops came, they found nothing and left, the neighbor said. So
crazy.
So that guy, Ariel, probably came out and said, holy fuck, and grabbed her just in time and got her back in the house.
Yeah, before the cops showed up. There's a lot of dropped fucking balls here on this one. Whoa.
If they were released for any period, it was only done 1 at a time. What does that mean?
I don't know. Released.
What do you
Where
mean
were they released? Were they released to go out to the store and shit?
Maybe they said if you fucking say anything or take off, we'll kill the kid or the other girls or something.
In the last 6 years, the kid probably became a huge, especially if you released this girl,
problem
Amber. No, this girl.
Oh, a way to keep.
Yeah, because you don't want to do anything that gets a kid killed, and especially if it's the mother. They might have said, "Go ahead, go to the store. We'll watch, and if anybody has come back, we're going to kill everyone in the house and ourselves."
And this is
I'd take the chance.
Yeah, but
No,
it's easy to say, but who knows?
And this is obviously not a death penalty case, right? Like,
no, of course
they
not.
should just be executed. What are we doing? Why
execute him?
Why are we wasting time?
Well, we're nice, civilized people, aren't we?
One victim may have suffered hearing loss from years of beatings to her head.
Yeah, the older one, and they said she has facial bone damage too.
Oh, that's
wow!
Just fucking slice their throats.
House of Horrors. Yeah. House of Horrors.
Beatings around the head.
Yeah.
So they would just rape these girls, and then just get drunk and beat them. They should just. You wish that some cop, and again, you don't want to see a cop throw his career away, but would just walk in with a pistol and shoot all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like, that would be that's exactly...
Bang! Bang!
Problem solved.
Bang!
I mean, it's terrible, but...
What's terrible about it?
I mean, the whole thing that's happened is just...
Oh, yeah,
and it doesn't make it any easier for the girls, but at least you know that these animals are... And the one guy's daughter cut her own baby's throat. She's in jail for 25 years. Ariel Castro's daughter is in jail for slicing her daughter's throat. And on the street, she slashed the kid's throat a few times because of the baby's father left.
Maybe the baby's father was her fucking father. Who the hell knows?
No, they know who he is. No, they know who he is, yeah.
Oh, well, then fuck me running.
Yeah, I'd love to. Or sitting, or squatting, or standing.
What a wonderful family, huh?
Just wonderful.
Again, the guy should... That's exactly what's happening. He should have his throat opened up.
Michelle Knight told cops... She's the one they didn't show her picture at first.
It's out now, yeah.
Yeah, they finally started showing her picture. Told cops there had been another woman in the house when she first got there in 2002, but she suddenly vanished. So that one's dead.
Yeah,
so
probably.
where's that? Where's that body?
Yeah.
Is it in the backyard? Are we going to find dead bodies, you think?
House of Horrors.
House of Horrors.
House of Horrors. I can see the graphic now. House, fucking House of Horrors, with that scary font. Yeah, looking like devilish, too. A lot of red.
Yeah.
House of Horrors.
Yeah, it'll be in a red font.
Yes.
Ariel can't be a red font, right?
No.
No. The font is a different thing.
I know, but everybody says font when I mean that anyway. So, yeah, House of Horrors.
Ariel Castro, who owns the house, obviously, kept up his charade by attending 2 vigils for the missing girls.
And that probably got him off. You guarantee you he fucked that girl when he got back that night.
Yeah.
Like, that was probably a thing where it would turn him on. It's the guys who return to the scene of the crime. He's going there, talking about it, and just like, what do you think happened to them? I don't know. Meanwhile, he knows. And then he probably went home and just fucked her. Like, the guy literally should just be hung upside down like an animal and have his throat cut.
Sadistic. It's terrible.
A neighbor said he once bumped into Ariel taking a little girl to a playground, and Castro told him she was his girlfriend's daughter. Yeah, we went over that one. Another neighbor said she saw a little girl once peering out an attic window at the house. Most of its other windows were covered with garbage bags.
Creepy.
Ariel Castro, the owner of the house again, and his brothers knew all of their victims' families, but they were particularly close with the De Jesuses.
De Jesus.
It's not always someone you know, but so many times it is some weird connection to the family, man. It's so many times it's some weird fucking...
It was with the Long Island case of Katie Beers.
What was the connection with that?
A neighbor.
Yeah.
It was a family friend neighbor thing, and he fucking locked her in a dungeon under his house. I believe that was classified as a House of Horrors.
Yes, that was a House of Horrors.
And, yeah, she was held against her will, and, yeah, it was pretty twisted.
She was abused, right?
I'm not sure if he...
I don't know.
Sexually abused her?
Yeah. Back in those days, they didn't really get into detail in the news about...
Wasn't it? She was in a hole, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, she was in a dungeon under the house. And there were TV monitors down there and cameras. So she literally watched the cops in the house upstairs, and she's going, "Help me, help me, help me," but they couldn't hear her.
Oh my God!
And she's watching the cops talking to the guy, and he's laughing with the cops, and she's watching this like, "Oh my God,
I'm right here."
And she can't probably hear what's being said.
No.
So for all she knows, this guy knows the cops, and
yeah,
they get you into, especially when you're young. But once in a while, it's these really crazy stranger abductions.
Yeah.
Like with that Colleen Stan in California, where they eventually let her go out and get a job, and she was so fucking beaten down mentally.
Yeah.
She really didn't go home. She went and visited her family and came back to the kidnappers.
Right.
Like, she was so fucked up. She believed that they were in this white slavery ring, that they'd kill her family. And, like, after years and years of just... For us, we can't comprehend it, but when you're in a coffin under a bed for fucking a year... or 2 years, you start to believe stuff, I guess.
Yeah, it's usually something, it's some kind of connection. What do
that
we
was random, but
covet?
Right, yeah. What do we do with things we see? We covet.
We covet.
What do we covet? What we see every day.
Every day.
Yeah, if there's a kidnapped kid, they literally should go to every one of your neighbors' houses and go top to bottom. Every single inch of their property should be searched.
I think you could talk to the guy and know that there's something creepy about somebody.
Absolutely. Sometimes sociopaths don't fucking indicate, though, man. Some of these guys are so... Like, they're so good at they don't feel empathy, but they're so good at mimicking empathy.
Yeah. Bundy was very charismatic.
Yeah.
He was completely normal. He was involved in... some politics in Washington, and the people that were around him said he was a fantastic guy.
Charming.
The nicest, charming guy. And even during his trial, women loved this guy. And they had to keep reminding some of these women that would show up at the court to just look at him that you are the perfect type that he would kill, you dummy.
His last victim, again, I've said this, but it was a 12-year-old girl, I think, that he smothered in the mud. Like, that's how he killed her. He smothered her. Yeah. All this fucking, Ted Bundy, this handsome devil-may-care.
Devil-may-care.
That was a fucking piece of garbage.
Yes.
Right, they didn't care, though.
Piece of shit.
Those
murder.
women didn't care, though.
No.
I watched something on Rifkin last night.
Oh, God.
Too. And
at least he looks... People look at Joel Rifkin, though, and go, wow, he's shit.
Yeah.
Ugly guy with a pickup truck and glasses who liked hookers.
Let me tell you something,
At least he looked bad.
They had some interviews with him in prison now. just seems like a regular Long Island guy. It's like, because you never really heard him much back then, and he did look like that wormy kind of, had the glasses on, and he was looking around like a creep. But then they had him in prison, he's like, yeah, you know, those crimes, boy,
what are you going to do?
I wake up, I think about it, the families and stuff.
He's now regular Joel.
He's regular Joel. Dude, that's what I was thinking.
Regular Joel.
He's got like the gray goatee and a big long ponytail, gray hair, and he's just like, yeah, you know, he goes, it never really hit me until he said after 9/11 he saw all the pictures that people put up of their missing family and stuff, and he goes, and it really kind of hit me that, you know, these missing family members really make people, and he's talking about it like, oh, you can let him go, he's fine.
And that's why I wish we could just execute them all.
Exactly.
Because in the end, prison is like his life.
It's his life.
He's like, this is cool.
And you don't want him
I'm
to
okay
get
with
to
this.
a point where he has these revelations. I don't want a Joel Rifkin that's been rehabilitated or has some type of a newfound peace in his life. He should have that horrific, murderous, degenerate mind when he's strapped to a fucking electric chair and killed. Not be given years of support so he can make peace with himself. Fuck that.
He's living a good life in prison.
Sure. He
becomes your life.
That life.
In the end, it just becomes your life.
When me, you, or any other normal law-abiding citizen thinks about prison, it horrifies us.
Right.
That's the deterrent for doing bad things. You don't want to go to prison. That's understandable. But people that are in prison, at first, I'm sure it stinks. But after years and years, that just becomes your life. You're familiar with your surroundings. You know the people. You have a routine.
You're socializing. You're chit-chatting.
Right.
You're talking about Homeland. I'm sure they got the HBO in some of the joints.
So how is that all of a sudden this horrible punishment for murder and rape and things when it just... Now that's your house.
Right.
These are the people you live with.
Right.
You have TV. You have food. You don't have to worry about being cold or this.
You don't have to worry about paying bills. Or the economy collapsing or anything.
And you could say it takes away your freedom, but when you think about it, most people just go from their house to work and back home again. That's pretty much what they do.
Right.
It's, aside from the... ass sex. But I don't think that's as rampant as people say.
No one will admit to that. I've talked to a lot of the guys.
Yeah. So you got to kill these people. You got to kill them.
These pieces of shit brothers.
He's going to rot in prison for the rest of his life.
Really?
No, he's not. He's going to be able to play some basketball. He's going to lift weights. He's going to watch television. You're going to socialize. He's going to play cards. He's going to fucking...
As long as you're able to dream, it's not that bad.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Fall asleep 7-8 hours a night, dreaming about all sorts of cool shit.
It's not like the fucking horrible screw is there with the club hitting you. Oh, even the guards are fucking pleasant to the convicts now.
Right.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, right this way.
The guys who really suffer in prison are like guys who didn't do it. Like those are the guys that because the horrors of what they're experiencing shouldn't be experiencing
because it doesn't match up.
Doesn't match up.
It doesn't match up. Holy fuck, I'm not supposed to be here. But those other guys are like, yeah, of course I'm supposed to be here.
At least this guy knows I fucking did something terrible for 10 years. Even whether you agree with what you did or not, you know you did it.
I agree with you, Jimmy. So it's going to just get ugly up there in Cleveland.
I mean, convicts, by the way, all this prisoner, the prisoners will take care of it. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They don't give a fuck.
You know why?
Well, some of them do give a... Some of them do give a fuck, but they don't want more time.
Or they want to fuck their own gig up.
Or they can't even get to the guy because they're well protected.
Yeah. But for the most part, unless you're a psychopath killer, which they probably don't put you in general population, these guys, of course, it's like anything else. They don't like the guy. I'm sure they would love to see him hurt. But why are you going to fuck up your nice... fucking
situation
cell that you have and your entertainment and stuff to kill someone and end up in isolation or something. Right. You're not going to want to fuck yourself up.
Right.
It's like prison for prisoners. Now you're living your life in prison. You don't want to go to prison, so you toe the line.
Stop saying prison.
Prison. Prison.
So now we got Ariel's son. Ariel, of course, the homeowner.
The Little Mermaid?
The homeowner up there in Cleveland, and we've heard about his son Anthony Castro.
He's the one who wrote that article about the
Sure.
missing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he lives.
And he gave an interview to the UK's Mail online. So this is brand new shit coming in. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm saying we should try to get him on.
Yeah, we should absolutely try to get him on. We're trying to get all these guys on. We're trying to get Charles Ramsey on. And he says his father padlocked doors leading to the basement, his attic, and his garage, and never allowed family inside.
Yeah.
Would you blow the whistle on your own family member?
Fuck yeah.
So would
but
I.
I think that was so normal for this guy. That was just the way he lived. Like, I think that because the guy was a piece of garbage who I think used to beat at least it was said that he beat the wife. So you probably got used to this guy being who he was. And it didn't strike you as odd that things were locked because they were probably always locked.
What is this a picture of?
That's a photo of him and a girlfriend in 2001, Ariel.
Right. He loves crackers. I like crackers.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like
What else is on the
saltines?
top of his... he loves the saltines.
Looks like we got some Ritz bits.
All right, I like a good Ritz bits every once in a while.
Is there some Goya products?
I don't see any Goya.
Is there some of that guava fucking juice?
I see Cheerios.
Ricey beans?
Cheerios.
So this is a photo of him in 2001, and this is behind him is a padlocked door to the basement.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So it was 2001. One of the girls had already been missing for a year. So
Dora Harris.
No, none of these three were missing.
Yeah, that's what.
No, there's another girl. These girls
right,
were.
one of the others.
Well, they're going to find dead bodies, man. I'm telling you right now.
There's Anthony, who's the guy.
Hey.
Yeah, read through this, Jimmy. It's Anthony is Ariel's son there, the owner of the house.
Oh, he said his father asked him just weeks ago if he thought the kidnapping of Amanda Berry would ever be solved, which Anthony thought was a weird thing to ask. He just brought it up to his son. And this guy apparently, allegedly, nearly beat his wife to death in '93 while she was recovering from brain surgery. And she did move out of the house in '96 along with the three sisters of this kid, I guess the three daughters. And Anthony does not believe the girls were kept at Ariel's house for the entire 10 years.
No, I do.
And suspects that his uncle might have been involved in keeping them at his house at times.
Oh,
so they may have transported them back and forth. I'm guessing it's either that or the son doesn't want to face the horrible realization that, fuck, I may have been in that house while they were there and not know.
He's completely aware.
Probably
No,
was.
no.
I'm saying the entire interview.
Yeah.
Like, he's completely aware.
So maybe that's maybe he's hoping that that's what the case is, so he wasn't in the house with them and not knowing. Like, that's devastating to think that you were there. Like, you're trying to just hope it's something else.
He says he was never in the house for more than 20 minutes and hasn't been in there for years because he wouldn't. Ariel wouldn't let family in the house.
Well, yeah, you don't want to hear any fucking...
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of hiding stuff. So.
Excuse me.
Jesus.
Yellow.
It is. And they said that the girls, I mean, it'll all come out. There'll be a movie, and this will be a book that I think, you know.
I can see the title. House of Horrors.
House of Horrors.
You're going with that, huh?
I'm so going with it.
Or it'll
My
be
Life
something
in the
else.
House of
That's
Horrors.
already been taken.
Damn it.
Decades.
Oh, it's an emergency alert on everyone's
Wow.
phone. Flash flood warning. This area till 9:15 a.m. Avoid flood areas. Check local media. Did all of our phones just go off?
How the fuck are we? I don't mind that they got that.
Mine did not go
Isn't
off.
that insane?
But how can it tell us?
Do you have, like, the Weather Channel to push notifications?
No, I don't believe in
know.
push notifications.
I have. I was having such a great conversation with a lovely young lady last night about cell phones and their abilities and what they've done to society and the sheer amount of knowledge and potential that are in these little fucking things that you carry around with you. And that right there is just another amazing thing. Hey, bop, bop, there's an alert. No matter where the fuck you are, you're getting, like, emergency alerts. It's amazing.
Future Jimmy has some thoughts, too.
Future Jimmy.
Ooh. We talked about Google Glass last night on Red Eye.
Ooh.
And everyone's, I love it now. Everyone's upset about their fucking privacy. Oh, people are going to be filming everything. What about my privacy? Fuck you. Go fuck yourselves. Where were you when fucking Tiger Woods or any of these guys' fucking privacy was being violated? Where were all you fucking cocksucker privacy advocates when Alec Baldwin, his private message to his daughter was being played? Where were you?
You know what people think? if you remember in King of Comedy, when Rupert Pupkin goes to Jerry Lewis, and he's just like, well, that's your life. I guess you just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
They look at celebrities in that, well, you gave up your private life because you got money and you're famous and stuff. Well, sorry, but then you turn that around on them.
Oh.
Hey,
whoa.
Hey, my privacy.
What do you mean? What about? I got no right. I don't want to be seen by. I don't want to. But what about me? But what about? Take it, shitheads. It's a fucking byproduct of your nosiness and your morbid voyeurism, and you're getting. And I don't mind it because I acknowledge I'm nosy.
Yes.
I acknowledge it. We all are.
You're a busybody.
Celebrity's one thing in public. Like, I get why Giselle Bundchen is going to have her photo taken at the beach. I mean, that's something celebrities should shut the fuck up about. But when it comes
to... a lot of those shots are set up.
Yeah.
You know, I think she could find a beach where no one's going to take her picture if she really wanted to. But and I'm sure she does just that. That's why those pictures aren't out there.
But that stuff, I mean, like, I kind of understand people's fascination with a celebrity in public and shit. But when it comes to the privacy of Tiger's text messages and how there was no outcry against the media. There was no outcry for this stuff. So, that's nothing to do with being a celebrity. That's just a guy talking privately with somebody, and nobody fucking tried to say we shouldn't judge. Everyone gobbled it up. Greedy cocks, gobbled it up.
Yes.
Now you get. And by the way, Google Glass, keep banning them stupid bars, because 2 years from now it's going to be Google contact lenses, and you won't even know who has them in.
They're banning the glasses in bars?
In a couple bars, yeah. And of course Vegas, because they want to keep the odds.
Vegas.
A lot of the bars have cameras that you can check out online now.
Vegas doesn't allow fucking cameras in anything.
Now they can do it, but when it's contact lenses, or when it's something that goes over regular glasses that you can't tell, that becomes indecipherable, or in what's the word you can't...
I bet there'll be some type of scanner
device,
you have to look into
they'll
before
figure
you're
it
allowed
out.
in the casino or something like that.
Scanners?
Yeah, scanners. I don't know. That Google Glass thing looks pretty silly. Anyway, if you ask
but
me.
they're gonna figure it out.
Oh, they'll figure it out.
That's kind of cool.
Everything we do now,
you're not gonna be able to hold back that technology, obviously.
And it's all being uploaded and online. I said that
it's all garbage. Who's gonna watch half that shit?
But it will be
99.9% of that shit no one will ever watch.
We're all gonna know every aspect of each other's life. I've told you, eventually we'll start to be judged for private thoughts. This is the beginning. Okay. We see each other's everything. But now picture Google Glass a year from now, 2 years, 3 years. I see everything, Anthony, Opie, Tom. All this shit that we're doing in our private lives, walking down the hall. Wow, all of a sudden, 10% of life is uploaded. 10% of life, and then all of a sudden you fast forward that technology where the fucking everything shrinks and the technology is more affordable. 22% of life is uploaded and online and now recordable. Go 30 years from now, 50 years from now, 80, 90% of life is uploaded. And now we can move things on a computer screen with our eyes.
In the year 2525, if man is still alive.
We're obviously moving toward where your whole life will be online.
And recordable.
You'll be long gone, but like, let me check out this guy's life.
Live on.
And your thoughts.
Which would be interesting to family members when you could... Right now, we get one lousy, tiny little black and white picture of our ancestors. But eventually, you'll be able to go, I want to see what their life is about.
Imagine fucking, you get a photo bombing of, like, Lincoln in the background with his hat, like, like if they had that much, the access to cameras that we do now, because now every picture used to be precious. You take a picture with your fucking Kodak Instamatic, you had 24 pictures on the roll of film. You didn't know how it looked, so you weren't just going, fucking up everyone's shit.
I went old school for my kid's party. We had a Polaroid.
Polaroid.
So you take a picture, then you put in a little book, say a little something.
Nice.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, it was so, I didn't want to push that button.
Yeah.
Because I only had, 20 per fucking roll before I had to reload the camera.
I was also talking last night about just meeting people. Now the fucking internet and Facebook and Twitter and everything makes it very easy to be very brave to meet people, because you no longer need that face-to-face contact. You have so much information on the person before you ever even have to type "hey" to them. and I was almost equating it to years ago, if you were to walk into a bar and you wanted to meet a girl, and there's a bunch of girls sitting at the bar, and all of them have photo albums in front of them, and their diary is laid out, and they're political and religious affiliation is up there and what they do for a living. And you just browse. Before you say a word, you walk up to them. Funny. Look at these pictures. Here's their friends. Here's a diary. Oh, boy, a little bit of baggage there. But we never had what we have now as far as meeting people. You needed face-to-face. You had to break the ice. You had to fucking, come up with something to say that would hold her interest.
But in both instances, if you're drunk, you really don't care about what's in the diary. You're just like, she's hot.
And then what you would do is look through all her pictures on the bar and all the political affiliation. Then you would just pull your cock out and show her.
Right.
Hey, what do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you just use it for ammunition.
Yeah. No, you talk to her first. You go, hey, how are you? Lol.
Lol. What?
Raffle.
Raffling. All right, here's my cock.
I was thinking about
Tom Papa, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Imagine if there had been Twitter around during the pre-Civil War.
Oh boy.
Would you have ever had Civil War? If people were tweeting yo, I'm on this plantation, this guy is whipping people mad crazy. Seriously, there would have been a light shined on any evil.
Anything, yes.
Right?
Everything gets exposed now. But I was also thinking that the availability of information and what's going on with causes and tragedy. Look, you look at Syria. There's a lot of people dying over there. People know about it. They're kind of concerned. But I think because there's so many things going on and so many causes, and we're exposed to so much bad behavior on a global level now, that it doesn't affect us like it used to. When you look at a cause like No Nukes years ago, you'd get a shitload of people that got together because the next cause wasn't the next day or the next hour. This was your cause for a long time.
Yeah.
You cultivated it. You built relationships with people, and a huge crowd would go to a nuclear power plant or cuff themselves to a silo, a missile silo. Now you get involved with a thing. All right, Coney, this guy. Find it. The next day, it's muscular dystrophy. We got to get rid of this.
You got 2 days, basically.
Right.
So you got 2 days for people to see your video before they move on to the next video.
Yes.
You got 2 days to fucking give money to this organization because we're going to move on to the other
There's
thing.
no more dedication to a
How about
cause.
the news?
There's no passion to dedicate a part of your life to a cause anymore.
No, our attention span is so small. Yeah, gone.
Do you guys remember when we all cared about Boston?
Boston Strong.
Remember?
What happened?
Boston Strong and all that?
Yes.
Oh, they shipped those news crews right to Cleveland, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's all about Cleveland now.
It's Cleveland Strong now.
Cleveland Stronger.
Cleveland Strong.
But we're getting used to it. You see, don't forget, we're getting used to the information. It's like we didn't have this. As time goes on and we become adapted to it and that becomes our lives.
It's affecting our passion level, though. No, it's affecting our passion level in that we're exposed to too much shit. I think back being a kid and stuff, and you think about seeing a person being killed on film.
Oh,
You
yeah.
didn't.
No.
You didn't see it. There was no way to see it.
Right.
You heard this fucking hazy rumor of snuff films and things. Now, 2 clicks, you're watching people die, literally dying. So it does something. It takes away this mystique and terror of death and fucking horrible things.
You become a little numb to it.
Totally desensitized. And that goes not only with that aspect of it, but everything. A cause, relationships, fucking one-on-one conversations aren't important anymore.
But look at you're right. But look at the way look what's happening. As a planet, we're becoming in a really weird way. People say pussification, and in a way they're right. But we're moving to a gentler way of being as people.
I don't know.
We absolutely are. Look at the way children are being raised now, and again, I hate political correctness, and I hate all this hyphenating and fruity stuff. But look at the way it's happening. All of these things that were considered abusive are no longer tolerated. All of this language that was considered abusive, we're going towards this. We're seeing everything, but we're also softening. And I'm not even saying it's necessarily a bad thing. As a species, we are fucking becoming more and more
I think there's
less violent.
A phoniness to that. In that we're so exposed and open to each other through the internet and every way to transmit information, that we try to put up a front now that we're not these bad people and we don't do these bad things. But I think people are just as fucking uncivilized and animalistic.
They are, but the light does get shined on it. I mean,
yeah, now it does.
Even though, like, the Arabic Spring, you know, changing these dictators, and it's opened up and made things a mess in their own way.
Yeah.
But now a light is shined on that. Now, like in Tahrir Square, you have all these rapes happening, and that's not. It used to be nobody knew about this stuff.
Right,
You
it just happened.
And now the big light is shined on it, and things are there's fewer wars now than ever before. There's definitely the problem, though. But to what you're saying is the attention span shrinking. You no longer digest stories. You don't take the time to understand. All right, what is happening in Egypt? What you just hear a little blip, someone got raped, or boop, or there were cool protests, but you don't sit and digest a story over years. I mean, these are global events, and we treat them like sound bites.
But you don't need to digest them as much, only because the information is getting to you so much faster. But it used to be you read the paper or Newsweek or whatever. Like, what is Newsweek saying?
What happened this week?
But they're complex. But it doesn't make the stories any less complex. And we're not
taking our time with it.
Right.
When you just had, the 5 o'clock news, it wasn't the 5 o'clock local news, the 6 o'clock national news, and then you'd have newspapers. You couldn't at 9:15 a.m. There's no fucking way you knew what was going on in the world. No, you had to wait. And shit was happening.
And that's
just like it happens now. Shit was happening.
It's better, obviously.
But you were more apt to get involved in the story and get more into it and be more informed.
Right.
Now we're very happy with 140 characters from some fucking guy you don't even know that said, "Hey, did you hear what happened?"
Right.
And now that's all you know about the story. Some guy used 140 fucking letters to tell you a news story, and that's all you...
I was telling you this morning that our newspapers have the 911 call from Amanda Barry.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's old news already.
Or Barry, right?
Right.
It's old news, but they have the transcript of the 911 call in today's paper. It's like, who the fuck?
Right.
Everyone's heard it.
Who the fuck hasn't...
Yeah, it's
who hasn't heard that?
But to say that, like, when you look at like the way we are, in our lifetimes, it went from where if you saw a kid slapped in the face by his parent when we were a kid,
right?
It wouldn't
good
be
parenting.
Well, I still do. But I mean, in our lifetimes, to prove that it's not just us covering up. That went from something you didn't even notice to becoming jarring. If you saw a parent, like Tom, you saw a parent haul off and crack their kid in the face. Even if the kid was shitty or behaving terribly, it was still going, fuck.
Yeah.
And this is only in the existence, this little space of us being from fucking whatever, little kids to our mid-30s that we are.
28.
Yeah. But that has become a jarring image. So we are desensitized to the stuff we see on video. But I find myself more empathetic to that stuff. Like, I panic more about car accidents now. Or, like, I think about being burned. I think of that limo and that fucking, those people being burned. And I've watched people being burned alive. And it's so upsetting to think about. I care a lot more than I ever would have.
I don't know how good it is to watch that at such a level.
Maybe it's not good, but...
The limo driver is an asshole.
What happened with that?
Are we going to talk about the limo driver? That he's all over the news like he's some kind of like fucking celebrity now. And they're starting to talk to the people that got out of the limo. And they were begging the guy to fucking, stop the car.
First he was driving with his car on fire.
What the fuck?
Fucking Joey Chitwood.
Why did he stop?
Yeah. He didn't stop because he didn't know... He didn't know what they even wanted. They're banging on the partition.
Screaming.
Fire.
The little ones got through the little partition into the front seat.
Yeah, apparently the doors couldn't open or the fire was too close to the back doors. In a limo, you don't have doors in the back and the front for the most part.
Right.
You got the driver's door up there, but then in the back area, you just have the two in the back. That's engulfed in flames, so they had to climb through.
As he's driving?
Like 10 people in there.
Yeah, it was a flaming limo flying down the highway for a while.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
But it's coming out. They all were begging him to do something, pull over.
And he didn't.
I mean,
who knows?
The stuff that those guys must hear, though. You know what I mean?
You don't hear pull over, the car's on fire.
Yeah, right. Oh,
yeah, and also there's got to be a feverish pitch to that. It's not like...
It's a terrible story.
Yeah.
One of the ladies that made it out alive. There was a heartbreaking interview on CNN. If we could get it, so it's brutal.
Do they know what started the fire? I'm going to guess gas cans or something in the trunk, but do they know what it was?
It's probably an electrical problem. The limos have a lot of fucking shit wired in there, and if it's not done properly, you get shorts.
Yeah.
You know, they got all those fucking electronic lights and fucking
trying to make
video and audio equipment, you know. Yeah, that's worth losing your life over. So so you could look at the starlit roof of the fucking limo.
But I mean, how did it become such a fire? So, like, wouldn't they smell smoke? Like, it had to be something. It had to be a gas can or something and a spark hitting it,
or alcohol. You know, they've got all that booze back there.
I think it's just shit burning, and the way he was driving as it was on fire. The second you then stop the vehicle,
right.
Just seems like
that's crazy. It just seems like he could have done more. I don't know. God. We should break. We got to talk about Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
We got a lot of live reads, so we do have to break. Tom Papa is here. I know you got the big Philly gig this weekend.
Yeah,
right?
The night before Mother's Day
at the Kimmel Center.
Yes, sir. Beautiful theater. There's some tickets available, and the Perlman Theater in Philadelphia.
Oh, and I have a cop drama that I'm working on that the guys are going to be included in.
Oh, really?
But I'm starring as the cop, of course.
What is the gist of this?
He's just a cop who, he's just on the job and he does what he does. And the slug line is going to be, he's tough as nails with a heart of gold.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Let's talk about Charles Ramsey.
Yes, for Mother's Day, Charles Ramsey. Charles Ramsey for Mother's Day. Oh, shit, I thought what happened?
We took care of the House of Horror the last break, and now we're going to have a little fun with the Cleveland situation, thanks to Charles Ramsey. Tom Papa, you like the Charles Ramsey?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quite the character.
He is quite the character, and he's hanging with the Goon Squad. Does he call it the Goon Squad or his goons?
Sounds like what Anthony calls us.
Yeah, well, it's a little different. Yes. Couple of letters.
Good pickup.
Oh, God.
We got Charles Ramsey talking to Anderson Cooper last night.
Anderson Cooper? He's dreamy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
piercing blue eyes.
Charles Ramsey said some fun stuff that we like to
Anderson. Now, we've noticed yesterday when he first hit the news, he's the heroic Cleveland citizen that kicked in the door and freed these poor damsels in distress.
A Superman of sorts.
Well, yes,
he's not a Superman. He was in the right place at the right time.
Of course he was.
With the screaming and the clawing at a door, I think anyone would have had to jump into action.
We learned
he didn't have any superpowers.
We learned yesterday that in his initial interview that he didn't know who the girl was, didn't know that she was the kidnapped girl from 10 years ago. He didn't know anything was happening in the house because the guy was completely normal. He had barbecued with him and had ribs with him and stuff like that. And he just didn't know anything was going on. That was at the first interview. By the last interview of yesterday, he knew exactly who the girl was. She was the kidnapped girl. He bolted into action and kicked the door down
and
like a
superhero.
That
she was there.
He sensed, his spidey senses. And he knew a year ago and told one of his friends, something's going on in that house. His story changed like a witness on First 48.
But do you understand what we're doing here? We're breaking them down already.
Of course we are.
We can't allow this to be a cool fucking story. We got to break them down.
He's starting to fib a bit, Opie. And as we remember yesterday also, when he was giving the first interview and the police siren sounded in the background, his eyes opened up and his head spun around like he didn't like the sound of a cop being that close to him. I predict wants and warrants, and this hero will be in lockup shortly.
I decided to isolate the police siren. I put it up on my channel.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, I had to.
Woo! His eyes like, what the
he goes,
fuck?
what the fuck?
What the fuck?
I think he's a new superhero for a new age.
Yeah?
And, I don't think he wanted to give away his secrets in the beginning, and then they realized, well, the attention's too great. I'm going to have to give up some of my superhero techniques.
Interesting angle on that one.
Well,
when you hear him talk, how can you not think superhero?
Obviously, his kryptonite is hair conditioner.
And police sirens.
Kills him instantly.
And the police siren.
And a toothbrush.
Steers clear and a toothbrush. He steers clear of these things that might deter him from his hero.
And who does he look like? There's a few.
Well,
there's a few out there right
everybody? Let's see, because yeah,
hide your wife.
looks like an Eddie Murphy character.
Yeah, from
Coming to
Maybe
America.
Coming to America.
The barber from Coming to America. Yes.
Is that the
That's
number
who it
one
is.
coming in?
yeah.
yes.
The barber from Coming to America.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
there
yeah, there he is. All right, there's Charles Ramsey in Coming to
Ramsey.
America.
And Charles Ramsey, I noticed on Twitter yesterday, McDonald's, the McDonald's Corporation, their
McDonald's
official Twitter, and it did have the check mark, and it was really McDonald's, said that they were honoring him. This is an amazing thing. His heroics, their hearts go out to the girls that were kidnapped.
Sure.
But they also said, Charles.
There it is. We salute where'd it go? Okay, we salute the courage of Ohio kidnapped victims and respected. Could you read it from there? I'm sorry, it's a little too far away.
The victims and respect their privacy. Way to go, Charles Ramsey. We'll be in touch.
We'll be in touch.
Know what that means?
Resume.
They're ready to give him a shitload of Big Macs, but they want to make sure he doesn't have any fucking priors.
Right.
Well,
They're looking into his background to make sure before they fucking
they
back
saw
up the Big Mac truck.
They saw the initial interview where he's like, he's not cursing or anything. Did they hear his 911 call? Because that was a lot different than his interviews.
That's the real Charles
where
Ramsey.
he was holding back. The real Charles Ramsey was like, I don't know who up in that fucking bitch.
Can we play the 911 call?
The 911 call is great.
E-Rock
Is great.
I haven't heard
We played
it.
it online.
It's fan-fucking-tastic.
Okay. Tom Papa, have you heard the
I have not.
You ever heard the uncensored one?
No.
It's going to be censored on CBS. Where did we find it yesterday?
I think we have it on our Facebook if you want to play it off there.
Yeah, just play it.
Yeah, play it over the Facebook. That's a good idea.
I don't go to CBS's feed.
No, because you know they're going to beep out all the curses.
Oh, they stink.
They suck, even though they're part of the internet.
They're full of turkey.
But they have to have the same rules for their internet fucking site.
Yeah, just go to the Facebook page.
There it is, right? Okay, listen to this, Tom Papa. This is the real Charles Ramsey.
What you're about to hear is a 911 call placed by hero Charles Ramsey after he found Amanda Berry, a woman who had been kidnapped for the past decade. This man saved her life.
5:52 p.m. 34 seconds. May 62013.
Cleveland 911, police, ambulance to fire.
Yeah, hey, bro. I'm at 2207 Seymour, West 25th. Hey, check this out. I just came from McDonald's, right? So I'm on my porch eating my little food, right? This broad is trying to break out the fucking house next door to me. So there's a bunch of people on the street right now and shit. So we like, well, what's wrong with you? What's the problem? She like, this motherfucker done kidnapped me and my daughter, and we've been in this bitch. She said her name is Linda Berry or some shit. I don't know who the fuck that is. I just moved over here, bro.
Sir, you have to calm down and slow down.
Sir. Street. Seymour Avenue.
Is she still in the street, or where did she go?
Yeah, I'm looking at her. She right now. She calling y'all. She on another phone.
Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She white, but the baby look Hispanic.
Okay, what is she wearing?
White tank top, light blue sweatpants. Like a wife beater.
Do you know the address next door that she said she was in?
Yeah, 2207. I'm looking at it.
Okay, I thought that was your address. So that house.
No, I'm smarter than that, bro. I'm telling you what a crime was.
Okay, you can't talk at the same time. Do you want to leave your name and number? Or your name and number?
Charles Ramsey, R-A-M-S-E-Y.
What's the phone number?
So you got the phone number there, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we already dumped out the phone number?
Are the people she said that did this, do you know if they're still in the house?
I don't have a fucking clue, bro. I just said it was McDonald's.
Can you ask her if she needs an ambulance?
You need an ambulance? Or what? She needs everything. She's in a panic, bro. I guess she's been kidnapped, so, put yourself in her shoes.
We'll send the police out. Thank you.
There you go.
That's my favorite part. She need everything.
She need everything.
Send every motherfucker.
She needs police, she needs helicopter, she needs a McDonald's.
Yeah, fucking, McDonald's.
That's the real Charles Ramsey, not the guy.
How do you handle that if you're McDonald's?
Damn, there's a bitch at the door. I don't know that whore.
A lot of free press from McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's. How do you handle that if you're in a board meeting at McDonald's?
How do we grasp on to this gentleman and use him to our best advantage?
I don't want want to be buzzkill here, but
maybe he's not the kind.
He's a little too ghetto for what we're trying to portray.
Now, see, McDonald's is all about diversity.
I know we want an urban audience, but
I think this is a perfect way to dive into the diverse consumer base that we perhaps are missing. Yes, let's go with this Charles Ramsey.
Oh, God.
We're gonna use him a lot for our. Oh boy, he could be the new Rodney Allen Rippey for us.
God. You think there's a commercial in his future?
Oh yeah.
There's no way.
The Ramsey Shuffle.
They're gonna.
Yeah.
They're going to give him free fucking Big Macs for life, and that's it. Here's your free Big Macs for life card.
Yeah, keep it down.
Good luck with your life there.
Yeah. They'll have him like fucking, they'll have him sitting at McDonald's. He'll be like, he'll take the Big Mac, he'll put it up to his mouth, get ready to bite, and then you'll see the bathroom door at McDonald's. Help, I'm trapped in here. Oh, man. And he'll put the down, kick the door in.
You deserve a break today.
Or no, it'll be something innocent. Like he'll be going to eat the thing, and it'll be like, help, and he'll put it down and run, but it'll just be a girl who spilled her milkshake.
Oh.
And it'll be like something like, it'll be like a fun ending, like it wasn't that bad.
Well, you can't be a hero every day.
Yeah. Old habits die hard.
I'm loving it.
I just wants to help.
I'll have a Big Mac with everything.
I'm going to kidnap these McNuggets and store them in the basement of my stomach.
So you got the Charles Ramsey on the Anderson Cooper last night on CNN.
Yeah, he did Anderson Cooper's show.
We're checking out all the interviews and bringing the best clips to you. Here's Charles telling Anderson what happened.
So yesterday, what happened?
Yeah, you're going to love this. I'm going to tell it all. Around 3 o'clock, I was on my porch, and the mailman put his mail in my mail. So I looked at it and was like, I got to give Ariel his mail when he come home. A couple minutes later, he pulled up. He checked the mailbox, grabbed his mail before he went in the house. I said, Ariel, here go your mail. And we just had the same conversation when I handed him the mail. He said, they can't get it right. I said, nope, damn postal service. That's it. He left. I jumped on my bike, went to McDonald's.
He mentions McDonald's again.
Oh, I know. He's not a dumb guy.
He's not dumb.
He knows someone's paying attention.
I went to McDonald's.
Jesus. Imagine the greatest would be if the fucking girls come out and they go, and all we ate for 10 years was McDonald's. And McDonald's gets a black eye.
Those murderers loved McDonald's.
Yeah.
Those fucking kidnapping.
They would always eat McDonald's after sex. Give them a complete black eye to McDonald's.
I'll have McDonald's.
Came back home. I'm in my house.
Enjoying
But I'm
McDonald's.
in the living room, and I'm right by the front door, because I'm looking out the front door.
Oh, he's too much detail,
And,
guy.
Man, this girl screamed like a car had hit a kid, which made me, you stop eating. What the hell was that? That. So when I got up, I saw my neighbor across the street. He run across the street, and I'm like, I'm thinking, where are you going? Because ain't nobody next door, because I just saw Ariel leave. And I know ain't nobody over there. Heard that girl scream and saw him run across the street. And I went outside and wondered what he was doing. And Amanda say, I'm stuck in here, help get me out. So he either don't know English that well or panic. But he just looked at me and was like, he's a girl. And that's all he did. So here I come with my, half-eaten Big Mac. And and she's like, I've been trapped in here. And he won't let me out. It's me and my baby. I say, well, you ain't got to talk no more. Come on. And I'm trying to get the door open and can't.
I used some of the grease from the French fries to lubricate the lock. That's what I did.
And then I put a McNugget in the corner and Jimmy the door open.
Yeah.
What happened to the Big Mac?
I couldn't see it too well, so I stood on the Big Mac because it's so big that I could look inside.
She said my baby's sick, so I gave her by the Big Mac, and the girl was healed.
He loves his Big Mac.
Oh, shit.
This guy talking about plugola.
Oh, man.
Torture chamber did some kind of way and locked it up, right? So I did what I had to do and kicked the bottom of it, the door, and she crawled out of it. She grabbed her baby, but threw me off. All right, so fine. I got some girl and her kid.
And what did she look like? I mean, what was she wearing?
Jumpsuit. She had a white tank top on.
Big Mac yellow.
It looked like the same color the secret sauce that goes on the 2-all beef patty. Secret sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun.
Her shoes look like pickles.
She looked like a McDonald sign.
Oh, fuck, Chip.
Rings on, mascara. You know, she was well groomed. She didn't look like she was kidnapped. That's what I'm saying. That's what threw me off when she was like, "I'm in here trapped." I'm like, "Well, you don't look like kidnapped, so maybe you got a boyfriend problem."
Boy.
So I took the kid stat for a Happy Meal.
And you'd never seen her before?
Bro.
In the year that you'd been there?
Bro. Man, listen, never. That woman didn't come out the house. The only kids that came out the house were 2 little girls. They played in the backyard. He had 2 dogs. Where I live naturally is next door. My bedroom was upstairs, so when I just hear kids playing, I know it's them. They do the same thing, play in the backyard for a couple hours, go back in the house. Same thing every day.
Who were those kids?
The neighborhood knows them as his grandchildren.
Oh.
So it's no big deal. He got his grandkids over all the time. I thought
kids. Probably, maybe it's a kid or so. Maybe it's another kid plus one of the kidnapped daughters, girls, or maybe he just brought his grandkids over and it's unconnected.
Story's getting creepier and creepier.
Yeah.
This guy should. I hope this guy gets at least fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, I hope he gets at least Big Macs for life.
Big Mac for life.
I mean,
yeah. Yeah, Team Big Mac, motherfucker. That's right.
This next clip is great.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Amanda Berry then, asked to call 911?
And I took her to my house. Now, I'm nervous as hell, so I'm fumbling with my phone. So I finally get it right. She can't wait, and I don't blame her. So what I do is tell her, go across the street and use their phone. Now, we both calling 911. Now, she get through, and I get through. She deal with a moron. Me too.
The 911 operator's a moron.
By the way, on Fox, they just flashed that the 911 operator is being looked into. Because he really was. He got off the phone. He goes, all right, we'll send a car. All right, this cocksucker hung up the phone.
They obviously had something.
And that was the woman's call.
Right, she's screaming bloody murder, so you got to keep her on the line.
And they don't stay on the phone. She said, we're kidnapped, and they hang up on her.
Yeah, you don't know where that Ariel guy is.
Yeah.
He could be in, pursuit of her.
Right there, right.
Yeah,
chasing her around the house or something.
Yeah, but they get off the phone. All right, we'll send a car, and he hangs up on this guy.
But those are the type of people that they put all the credence in the fucking Zimmerman case, too. Well, the operator said to not follow and stand there. They don't know what they're fucking there to take the message for the cops. Hi, the police aren't here right now. Can I take a message? That's 911.
Moron. Me too.
You said there were, what do you mean a moron?
Idiot.
I heard the 911 call from her.
What do you mean moron? Idiot. How many more fucking words do you need?
Douchebag.
Dope. Schmuck.
Dumbass.
What do you mean a moron?
Idiot.
I heard the 911 call for her.
Imbecile.
And the woman kept being like,
that damn job.
The woman was like, oh, hang up and wait for the police.
Really? How about stay on and I'll talk to me until they get there.
Right.
Yeah.
So you called 911.
Yep,
How
sure
quickly
did.
did the police get there?
You know why they got there so fast? Because I said moron. Because I said, hey, Amanda Berry is right in front of me right now. He like, what she got on? And I told him the white tank top, blue sweatpants, nice.
What's she
tennis
wearing
shoes,
now?
Nice, ponytail. What else? Oh, right. She panicking, idiot.
Good. He had a kidnap victim for 10 years, and this cock-sucking 911 operator gets off the phone with him.
She panicking, idiot.
God,
This guy he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's street smart, this Charles Ramsey.
Yeah,
Larry King here with Charles Ramsey. What happened with the other half of your Big Mac? Did you go back to it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Larry was getting to the important parts of the fucking story.
Did you have a
Was it supersized? Comment.
No ponytail. What else? Oh, right. She panicking, idiot. Put yourself in her shoes. I just said it. Amanda Berry, that don't ring no damn bells. You being a cop and all.
But when you first saw her and she said the name Amanda Berry, it
didn't know. Because bro, this is Cleveland. Since they haven't found that girl, right, and I guess stopped looking for that girl, we figured that girl met her demise. Right. So Berry didn't register with me until I was on the phone like, wait a minute, I thought this girl was dead.
I thought this girl was dead.
He's like a modern Sherlock Holmes.
He really is.
Yeah.
Sherlock Homies. That's what he is. Sherlock Homeboy.
What's your name? Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. That's right. I'm after the Hamburglar. The newest case I got. So I opened the door a little bit. She had to squeeze out. It was almost like getting Mega McCheese's head through that. Oh, God.
Yeah, that shit was like a Ronald McDonald House of Horrors.
What does it feel like to have been living next to this for a year?
See, that's why now I'm having trouble sleep.
Oh, no.
Only one night.
Up until yesterday, the only thing that kept me from losing sleep was the lack of money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. What's he getting fucking...
So now that that's going on, and I could have done this last year, not this hero stuff. Just do the right thing.
Do you feel like a hero?
No.
A lot of people
No, bro. I'm a Christian and American, and I'm just like you.
Well,
we bleed same blood, put our pants on the same way.
Well,
it's just that
yours are a lot lower.
Exactly, yours are a lot lower, and his has a hole cut in the back. I'm just like you, except you're white and I'm black, you're rich and I'm poor, you suck dick and I don't. Other side from all those major differences.
Put our pants on the same way. It's just that you gotta put that being a coward and I don't want to get nobody's business. You got to put that away for a minute.
Because you know how it
for
is.
A minute.
A lot of people turn the other way.
And have some cojones.
Keep walking down the street.
That's all it's about. It's about cojones on this planet.
Cojones.
You're telling me.
Yeah. You're telling me it is about cojones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On this planet, on the bridge of my nose, in my mouth.
Fucking A. This guy's the story.
He's great.
Yeah.
Has like the FBI said anything about a reward or anything? Because there was there was a reward for finding her. And stuff.
I tell you what you do, give it to them.
Oh yeah, right.
Because if folks been following this case since last night, and you've been following me since the last night, you know I got a job anyway. Just wouldn't pick it up. Paychecks. What that address say? That sad?
I don't have my glasses. I'm blind.
2203 Seymour. Where was them girls living? Right next door to this paycheck.
Is he drunk?
Oh man.
So yeah, take that reward and give it to that little girl came out the house and she was crying. And I'm looking at her right now. I'm like, well, your mama trying to help you, girl. Shut up. I don't know, right?
Shut up.
And she said, I want my daddy. And I said, who's her daddy? She said, Ariel.
Oh.
Yeah, I said, well, how's that possible? Because you wouldn't, if you got kidnapped, oh, he was having sex with you? Oh, Jesus Christ. That little girl is just, what the? Now we want to hurt you.
You felt that?
Bro, this would be a different interview. I told you that. If we had known that, man, I'd be facing triple life.
Wow. I'm glad it turned out this way.
Nice bow on it, Anderson.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's cool.
Triple life with my double patties.
I'm having trouble sleeping. If I only had a Big Mac bun I could rest my head on.
Because they're so big and comfortable.
Yeah. He also was in studio at a Cleveland TV station. You want to try it? It wasn't as good as the Anderson Cooper, but we give it a shot, see where it goes.
I have
more.
But the biggest, most mysterious question in this whole motherfucker. Whatever happened to the McDLT? That shit was good. There was the cold lettuce and tomato on one side and the hot patty on the other motherfucker. But they done discontinued that nigga. I don't know what the fuck.
And her shirt to see if she had any broken McRibs.
And that's the only thing he wants is to bring that back.
Of course.
That's all he asks. Bring that back.
I love the McDLT.
Bring back the McDLT, and we're square.
The cold side and the warm side. The lettuce never wilted because they didn't put the shit on the meat till you was ready to eat up the motherfucker.
This whole problem could have been avoided.
If they just didn't discontinue the motherfucking McDLT.
Yeah, I got some sesame seed buns, y'all.
So he was on a Cleveland TV program with the polished anchors in studio, and he had a nice brand new lid on. He brought his homies with him, and we'll give this a shot.
He's got his crew.
Yeah.
I opened the door, naturally, as you can see on the news, and it wouldn't, bro. He had a lock on there, and you couldn't open that. And the police had to, when they got there, they finally, got it ajar. And Amanda says, it's 2 more girls up there. And I looked at her, and I looked at the cop that was in the middle of the street, and he said, it's what? And she said, yeah, I'm not the only one. And they went up there, and about, 15, 20 seconds, they were coming out with Gina and that other girl, and I said, oh my God.
Charles, you've done so much, and we are all grateful for the fact that you were there then and that you were able to help them. As you go through this, a lot of people were wondering how the community didn't know. Were the windows boarded up? Had you not heard anything in that house?
All I would hear was salsa music. That's all he played, naturally.
Naturally. What a racist remark.
Everyone.
But we all are racist. All we heard was salsa music.
Naturally.
Because
those people play that music.
Yeah, that's as common as seeing a newborn with pierced ears in this neighborhood, motherfucker.
Of course. Naturally, that's funny.
Oh, shit. We all have our shit.
Naturally. He pulled up in his car.
Races?
Oh, jumpity.
I couldn't see behind a fuzzy dice, as you know.
Of course, though.
Naturally. It was Cinco de Mayo.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, we didn't even think twice about a bunch of them living in the same house. Yeah. You can understand.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Heard anything in that house?
All I would hear was salsa music. That's all he played, naturally. One day, I was playing my music.
Rap music,
naturally. He came to my house and told me, turn my music down because I'm disturbing him. At this time, he was a bus driver. I understood that. He had to get up in the morning to go drive the bus. Then, when that came about yesterday,
I got girls in the basement.
It had nothing to do with you getting some sleep. That's why I was bothering you. And why I had to turn my music down. How can I be disturbing you? What are you doing in there? You weren't reading the Bible.
Damn.
Not.
The one thing I don't know, how did they pick up Ariel?
Where was he? Did they just wait for him to come home and
I don't
fucking
know.
nab him?
They might have known where he was going, or maybe, they just...
Has that even came out? How did they pick him up and his 2 brothers?
I don't know.
There it is.
There's McDLT.
The hot side and the cold side.
Why don't we know that part of this?
Maybe
we know every other detail.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll come out. It's probably just some...
What did they say? He was going to McDonald's or something? I think he was going to McDonald's as well.
Was he really?
I think so.
McDonald's is fucking wants a little less...
Holy shit, right? Yeah,
Everyone
a little
eats
less
McDonald's.
exposure here.
What was the other food option? McDonald's or the new goat shit palace that opened up? We have cold goat shit. We have hot goat shit. We have goat shit that's sliced and diced, and we have melted goat shit. You can eat it on pita bread or panny bread. We don't know what it's called.
Or McDonald's.
Or you can eat it on the folded scrotum of a horse. Goat shit wrapped in folded horse scrotum. Or McDonald's.
I think I'll go with McDonald's.
They all get along at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Pervs, sex slaves, and heroes. They all they all fuel their souls with McDonald's.
Yes, we've all been brought together.
Jesus.
What did they say to you?
He told me, he said, you got who? I said, I got 9.
Oh, yeah, he's talking about the 911 operator.
Oh, right. I got Amanda Berry with me right now, send the police. Then this dispatcher said, stop playing on this line. You don't got her. I said, well, send the police, moron, and arrest me if I'm lying. They didn't believe me. Now, since so many people have been calling him probably through the years and say, we got her, I understand that you was just a little apprehensive about that call. She called too. Now you got two people calling you 911 at the same time. Somebody can't be lying.
How did Amanda look when you finally rescued her?
Fine. She was trembling, happy that she saw someone else other than her.
She was shaking, and if you want a good shake.
But her main concern was that child. I didn't know what that baby was crying about.
Did she come out with the child?
Yes, and I was like, who's this kid?
Yeah.
And she said, well, this is his daughter.
His daughter.
And I'm like, well, how?
She had a grimace on her face.
You weren't pregnant then, and then they get, well, do the math. Say, oh, damn. Well,
it's okay. That's all right.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Thank God that's all right.
That's all right.
Oh, that's okay.
That's all right.
The Cleveland guy.
Oh, the stupid Cleveland
We understand.
guy. I think the Cleveland guy used to be in New York, too. He looked very familiar. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's why the guy was taking her to the park, though. It's his daughter, too.
To the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you fucking decipher that shit in your little brain?
Yeah.
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 They're taking daddy away.
Hit
Good
him with
Lord.
a bat. Just hit him with a bat. Hit the guy with a bat.
She's going to have a little bit of baggage there to deal with.
Yes.
A few daddy issues, perhaps?
Daddy was a
boy.
what?
Yeah.
I'm here. Why? Ugh.
Yeah. How did I come around?
Ugh.
That's when Anthony swoops in like a falcon. I smell daddy issues like a vulture smells a carcass. And I react much the same way. Pick their bones clean of meat.
Exactly. Until they're legal to vote, then you just drop them somewhere.
He talks about being a hero.
Let me ask you this. You touched on this earlier. Has it sunk in just how much attention you're getting? As Aaron was pointing out earlier, you're trending on Twitter. The world is talking about what you did. Your name is all over the place. It's hashtag Chuck Ramsey everywhere. Do you have any idea of the attention that you're getting around the world right now?
I don't even want it, nor looking for it, bro. That's why when they keep saying I'm a hero, let me tell you something. I'm American, and I'm a human being.
A hero ain't nothing but a sandwich, as is the Big Mac.
There was a woman in distress. So why turn your back on that?
Or deatress.
My father would have whooped the hell out of me if he had found out that I was cowered out. See, you tough in these bars, but you won't. You beat a woman, but you won't help one out. And you're a man, huh? You know, I'm the definition of a man, bro.
Were you ever concerned that Ariel would come back?
I am a man.
Yes. Only because I was doing something that I had no business doing, which was prying his door open on his property. So he had every right to, you know, get in some type of altercation with me because I'm on private property. Even though I'm doing a good deed, he's still on my property. You understand what I'm saying? So I was thinking about him, but at the time, and I got, you know, I wish you'd bring my squad with me. I got an entourage.
He's got an entourage.
We weren't worried about Ariel anyway. That's why I told the police. If we had known about this, we would have never got that call. It just been some corners coming, putting a white sheet over somebody, and we'd have went on with our life. Because we'd have handled that, bro.
You would have handled the situation.
He's talking about that. Yeah, I'm a hero. I'm all nice and shit, but this could have gone the other way, motherfucker.
Kung Fu fighting.
Yeah.
We got a dispatcher on the line who wants to explain what the fuck they did wrong up there in Cleveland. Chris in Canada.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Tom. Tell Jerry I said hi, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, I used to dispatch up in Saginaw, Michigan. And that guy that talked to what's-his-nuts there, he was all right. But the guy who talked to the girl, they didn't verify the information of what they were saying, like, you know, kidnapping. I mean, how many calls do you get for a kidnapping? You don't. You get one maybe in your fucking career. I'd never gotten a call for a real kidnapping. So didn't verify the information, didn't check for officer safety. Is anybody else in the house? You know, the guy just fucked up. And the problem, part of the problem with all that stuff is they're hiring these $7 or $8 dispatchers to work in these major areas, and not enough training, and not enough officers to cover the call. So what they're told is, okay, take the call, get the information, get them off, and we'll take the next call, and we'll prioritize the calls and send the police out when they can. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, man. He should have got a lot more info. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you're putting the cops in danger.
exactly. They don't know.
They don't know what they're to expect when they get to the House of Horror.
House of Horrors. House of Horrors. Yep.
I just showed Ann a picture. USA Today going with the headline House of Horrors, just like you said.
Oh, that'll be big House of Horrors house.
Now, what hacks the media are. What fucking hacks.
House of Horrors.
Yeah, going to be a fun Halloween.
Chris, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, just, I mean, again, with the officer's safety, if he would have asked her, she would have fucking told him there's more people in the house instead of, just going over there talking to her and then finding out there's somebody in the house. They should have fucking, had officers go to the house and her at the same time. They didn't know who was in there. The guy could have been in there killing the other girls,
Right. You're absolutely right, brother. Thanks, Chris. Little insight on the life of a dispatcher. They found Ariel at McDonald's.
They really did?
Yes.
They honestly did?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
No fucking way.
Yes. That's coming in.
Jesus.
They got him at McDonald's.
Man.
That area loves their McDonald's. Holy fuck.
Well, again, the goat shit palace is the only other place.
the only other option.
It really gets a bum rap, the Goat Chip Palace.
Yes, it does.
And now Charles Ramsey wants to get his hands on the person that did this. Ariel, I believe.
As you said, you have an entourage, and your manager over there is saying you have to leave. But let me ask you
your manager?
One last question before you go. You talked about you're not a hero. You were doing what you had to do.
No, bro.
Knowing what you did, knowing the attention that you're getting, knowing how grateful people are that because of you, these ladies are now free. How do you feel today?
Oh, I'm all right. I want to get my hands on him, and then I'll be all right. Put me in the Fed over there with him, and I'll be all right. Other than that, I mean, it is what it is, bro. God's smiling on somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Hey, Chuck. Thanks, man.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
thanks
Good
for
luck to you.
listening.
You too, bro.
He gave him that personal touch.
Yeah.
Hey, Chuck.
Good luck, Chuck.
Chuck.
I feel like I won that McDonald's Monopoly game they do every so often. I feel like I won like the grand prize of the motherfucker.
How are you feeling that you've rescued these people? I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Just blurting out the catchphrase. Yes.
Yeah.
Slug line.
I don't know what I'm going to do next, but man, I'm hungry.
I'm a little hungry. Where should I go? He fucking is just. Well, he's a very street smart motherfucker. This guy,
and it seems like it's all he wants.
Yeah,
it's
all he wants.
Just a bunch of coupons.
Yeah, coupons.
It leads to the auto tune. To wrap this breakup nicely.
In this day and age, doesn't it always lead to the auto-tuned fucking song?
So quick.
This one is very viral right now. It's called Dead Giveaway.
And can I give a are we going to break after this? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll have a little time to fuck around before the break after this.
Say here's the premiere of the Goose.
Here's Dead Giveaway.
I'm talking with Charles Ramsey. He's a neighbor. Walk me through again what happened this afternoon.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. My neighbor got big testicles because we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. My neighbor got big testicles because we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude, but we didn't have a clue that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. So I open the door, we can't get in that way. The body can't fit through the door, only your hand. So we kick the bottom. And she comes out and she says, it's some old girls up in that house. Call 911 and they called him at McDonald's. I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, that's good.
We see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude. But we didn't
like that.
Clue that girl was in that house. She said, please help me get out. Dead giveaway.
Man, people make fun of autotune, but that's a talent
that's
to put
what it's
that
used
shit
for.
together.
Who
Holy
did that?
Fuck.
It's good.
I don't know, man. The video's doing really, really well.
That's great.
Man, so quick.
Yep.
Ribs with that dude.
I like it. I like it a lot.
In a black guy's arms.
Yeah.
So we got Tom Papa performing in Philly Saturday?
Yes, sir. One show at the Perlman Theater at the Kimmel Center.
Oh, at the Kimmel Center. Okay.
The Kimmel
Jimmy
Center.
Kimmel got a place out there or something?
Chip, you said that already last time, remember?
Giveaway.
That giveaway.
I'll be in
Yeah, but
Utah
it'd be
Friday and Saturday at Wise Guys. I fly out tomorrow afternoon. No one cares when I fly out there.
How are the tickets?
Actually, pretty good.
I'm thinking people will come to our shows because it's Mother's Day weekend, and it's a nice thing to do for your broad.
That is for your broad.
That's a good way to look at it, Tom
Right?
Papa.
For your broad.
By the way, when we come back, the premiere of The Goose.
What is that?
It's a new cop drama.
Oh, no. You and your cop drama. Is that the guy that's got, what, he's hard as nails?
Tough as nails with a heart of gold.
Does he have his own demons?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's very well-rounded character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
You both have a line of dialogue.
Do I?
It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, The Goose.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Tom Papa in studio, playing Philly, inside the Kimmel Center.
Fucking Chip. Right. We get
The Perlman
it.
Theater.
Perlman
Kimmel
Theater.
Center. We get it.
At the Kimmel Center.
Chippa.
It's going to be a big show.
Yeah, boy, Jimmy Kimmel's hosting it.
No.
Jimmy Kimmel will be there.
The Kimmel Center.
Me and Jimmy Kimmel.
You know, they caught the Berkowitz dude 35 years ago today.
Oh, yeah?
With all this shit going down in Cleveland. 35 years
David
ago.
Berkowitz.
Yeah. Blast
The
from the past.
son of Sam, the 44 caliber killer.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of them.
He also admitted to setting thousands of fires in and around New York.
Yeah?
Figures. Little douchey firebug.
He was a little firebug.
Is there anything worse than a fire?
No,
Firebug.
fucking assholes. Then they go and stand there and watch it.
They do watch.
Just
Smelling
watch
like
the fire.
gasoline.
The firebug watches
I hate
his
fire
that he
starters.
set.
I
Firebug
hate
walks
people
up
who
to the
like
crowd.
fire.
Hey, what's up? What happened?
Oh, there's a fire. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Coincidentally, my neck hair is singed.
It smells like gasoline.
Yeah.
No one notices he's the guy.
No eyebrows.
What's all this about?
Right.
It's a fire, dummy.
Were any of the fires impressive that David Berkowitz set?
Not as
I don't
impressive
remember
as his,
fires
I don't remember
as
that
much
either.
as dead
Forte.
people in cars at
Yeah.
parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he talking to his dog?
Yeah, that was the neighbor's
Son of Sam.
dog.
That was the Son of Sam angle of the whole
Son
thing.
of Sam. Oh. And then he turns out to just be a pudgy Jewish postal worker.
Right.
You picture, like, at the time, you were horrified.
Sure.
You pictured, like, this ominous-looking fucking
Sure.
villain. And then it's just like, oi,
Look at me.
David Berkowitz? He was such a nice boy. Not my David, my David.
He found God in prison,
He
right?
did. He found God, and now he's got a great little life in prison.
Yeah.
Mentoring and teaching, and fuck these guys
Eating
that
cherry
get
Danish.
these second chances at life, even though they're in prison. They're fucking celebrities.
Yeah.
We're looking
They
at a
get
lot.
everything they need, and it just becomes where they live now. It's not
Yeah.
prison is, if that's all you have as your life, you're adaptable. You make the best of it.
We're looking at pictures of him on the Google image, and there's pictures of him just smiling.
Smiling.
Enjoying his life.
He should never.
It's a different life, but he's enjoying it.
He should never be in a position where he smiles.
No.
He should
Yeah,
never be
exactly.
like, wow, I'm happy for a second.
They should actually have fish hooks in his lips so if he smiles, it lifts weights and it hurts him.
Constantly, yeah.
Yeah.
But no rent, no job,
what I'm
just
saying.
hanging out.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck if the economy collapses.
What'll I do today? You know what? I'll spew some of my religion to some of these younger guys
Yeah.
and tell them that they got to get their life straight. You know, it's this. It's an ego boost for these guys that they're looked at. The guards and the psychiatrists and psychologists in prison look and go, "Wow, he's come so far." They congratulate him, pat him on the back. Why should he have this?
He enjoys enjoys being a celebrity too.
Of course
he knows
does.
everyone's looking at him like, oh wow, they're
You're telling me people don't enjoy celebrity? It's fantastic.
Life for him, he should never be able
screenings.
to. Yes, he should never be able to eat another macaroon as long as he lives.
Macaroon.
That's what fucking life is about.
Right.
It doesn't make sense when they.
What's the anniversary?
35 years ago.
35 years?
They caught him 35 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I remember.
No, pled guilty. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah. David Berkowitz pled guilty to the Son of Sam killings 35 years ago.
Scum like that needs to be off the street.
Uh-oh.
Who are you? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
Is it Goose?
The Goose.
The Goose.
Is it the Goose?
It's not his real name, though.
But it's a nickname. It's
yeah.
Like, where did he get that name?
Well, his name is Walt Jenkins.
Ooh.
And he's known as the Mongoose.
Walt Jenkins! Because he can get through places?
No, because he's a snake chaser.
Wait, a goose?
No, but they'll say, like, he's a snake chaser because he's mongoose.
Oh, mongoose, and they call him Goose for short.
Someone will say, get the goose when there's, like, a tough case to crack.
Oh, because the snake and the mongoose go at it.
Yeah. Walt Jenkins.
Walt Jenkins. He sounds like a cowboy.
Yeah.
Walt Jenkins.
You both have a line, too. You're both in the show.
He already wrote our lines.
He wrote our lines out. I'm not shitting you, people. We actually have...
Now, pass that down to Opie. Sorry, I don't have one for you, Tom. This is just the beginning.
No, I'm excited just to watch.
No, don't show us Opie's line. It's just, come on.
Sorry. Is it one line or?
Yeah, it's just one or two lines. You don't look at it first.
All right.
No.
Who goes first?
Opie, you go first, and then.
Wait, he's got a whole script.
Yeah, just a couple lines to get people interested.
Now, am I reading the whole thing, or is it
just that? Yeah, after Opie reads his.
It's like a trailer.
Chief, I can't be partners.
Hold on. Do we have any dramatic music?
Yeah, get some dramatic music.
Oh, God, Sal's back there.
Oh, great.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be La
Some
Caja
type
Full.
of cop sounding, some kind of dramatic, like you would hear in a cop show.
You're picked the worst time to leave his fucking
Exactly,
post.
the worst time to go have a diuretic shit.
Hope you had a nice piss, Arnold.
Come on, Sal. What's all the... Yes, he rocks.
Sal.
Trudging.
Oh.
No,
this is
scary.
more.
Hey, what is this? My Marky Post?
No.
This is Walt Jenkins.
That's a Lifetime fucking
Exactly.
movie
My
called
husband
My Husband
hit me in the cunt with a hat.
Yeah. My husband started out nice, and now he's trying to kill me on Lifetime.
My husband punched my cunt through a hat like the Susquehanna Hat Company.
You don't know who you live with.
The story you are about to see is true.
That won't really drag either.
All right, we're just looking around.
You just need.
That's good. It's
kind of good.
All right, yeah.
I like that.
Chief, I can't be partners with this guy. He doesn't play well with others.
Damn it, Jenkins! You gotta start playing by the rules, or I'll drum you out of the department.
I'll play by the rules when the bad guys do. You can take my badge, but you can't take my heart.
Okay, Frogget, what's next?
So, isn't this great?
So to speak literally.
Okay.
I hate you.
That was
OMG.
action packed.
Doesn't play well with others. Plays by his own rules.
All right, what's the next line?
That's it for
Got
now.
a lot of heart.
That's it for now.
That's it for now.
I kind of like
Good
it. Though.
teaser.
The Goose.
I do like it.
Yeah,
I
you
like
want
it.
to know who were these? They were cops too.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
I'm the chief.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I'm the detective.
Get the hell in here, Jenkins.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that.
What I do now, Chief?
Sit down. God damn it. 20 cars, a diner, and 3 people shot?
Yeah, well, all of that's worth it to see that little boy smile.
The heart of gold part, right?
That's right.
Heart of gold. Tough as nails is trash in a city.
Yeah.
Heart of gold.
Yeah. I'd flip over 2,000 cars and burn 10 million diners to see that smile.
All right, but you got 24 hours, and that's it.
Yeah, that's 23 hours more than I'll need, Chief.
Get the hell out of my office.
Yeah, and you can partner him up with someone who plays by the rules.
I wish people could see that Jimmy's actually standing.
Of course.
I mean, Goose.
Yeah, I'm
Goose,
a snake hunter.
Oh.
You got a snake in the garden? You call the Goose.
I don't want
I
to
love
watch this.
I love I love the laundry list of destruction, and it doesn't lead to like instant fucking jail or anything.
No. It's all forgiven from that little boy's smile.
Sure,
that's what does it.
If it was anybody but the goose, there'd be trouble.
Yeah.
Goose. Chief has the goose on a long leash.
I've had my badge taken so many times, it's like a damn revolving door.
Oh, boy. Another partner, Jenkins. You went through another partner.
Yeah, well, you line them up and I'll knock them down, Chief. They're all dominoes to the goose.
We got one. Martha in New York. Go ahead. Real fast, Martha. Go.
Jenkins, you gotta say, I got the mayor breathing down my neck.
Yes. I was just going to say that. Yeah. Jenkins, I understand what you're trying to do, but I got the mayor breathing down my neck.
Yeah? Well, tell the mayor to chew a breath mint.
Huh? So he's just yelling.
Of course. The chief has to yell all the time.
The mongoose don't back up for no one.
The mongoose.
You straighten up and fly right, or you'll be walking a beat downtown.
Yeah, well, I'll crook down and fly left if it helps save that family.
Yeah.
The chief always has a bunch of other problems going on.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't need this on top of it.
Oh, the phone rings. All right, get out of here.
Right. It's just on to the next thing.
Hey, and then you'll say, get out of here. Hey, I see those anger management classes are working. Get a good laugh from the audience.
Yeah, that's a laugh right there. Because obviously they're not working, or he's probably not even going.
I don't know what you're... Oh, I forgot. Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Like, I don't know what you're trying to do, but while you guys are doing it, you're just mucking up the works.
Oh, mucking up the works.
He says that a lot.
All right. I got politicians and treasurers to answer to. The buck stops here at my desk.
Yeah, well, the buck starts with me. You can talk to all those muckety-mucks. They're just mucking about while I'm out
You're not in charge, Jenkins.
I'm in charge of my area.
With that, we got Tracy. Tracy, go ahead.
All right, here goes. You got to do this. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Oh, the famous line, of course.
Yeah,
the famous line. Yeah,
it's a doozy. Too old.
God damn it, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe you should take an early retirement cake.
Oh, boy.
Instead of sitting here mucking up about my investigation.
Oh. You think other detectives got time to take calls from your ex-wife?
Well, if they don't have time to take call from my ex-wife, they should throw out their watches.
Oh, Goose.
He's got a little flask. You keep a little flask of whiskey.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
She's not my ex. She's my why. I don't know why I did it. If it wasn't for that little girl we put together. She's sick, my little girl.
Put her together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Put her together? What the fuck?
My little girl is sick. She needs a vaginal operation. And I'm going to have to work overtime. Her vagina's sideways. My little girl has a sideways vagina.
Oh, Goose.
She can't even go on the jungle gym.
Goose, we don't need to hear this.
That's right.
Now pick up your badge and gun off the desk.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you quit.
My little girl needs an operation.
I'm not letting you quit.
Yeah.
Get out there. I don't like your tactics a lot of times, Jenkins, but we need guys like you out on the street.
You may not like my tactics, but you daggone sure like my results. The garden's free of snakes when the goose is on patrol.
Oh, look, no one calls you the goose.
They all
right,
do.
Jenkins, no one calls you the goose.
Get the goose. I've heard it so many times while you're down there mucking up the works.
And then by the end, I'm like, all right, Goose. I give in. Call him Goose.
Right, exactly.
And I'll say something like, you want a drink, Chief?
Get
Get out of here. Yeah.
You sure you don't want to drink from my flask? Although my halitosis is on it.
His fucking working too late drinking and coffee breath.
I have coffee and rotted tooth breath. I have a rotted tooth that's been hanging by a nerve. I have rotted tooth odor in my mouth. And a plaque buildup.
Oh, Jenkins.
Thick enough to ice skate on.
Oh, Jenkins always gives a little too much information out about his daughter and his teeth.
Where does Jenkins live?
In his house.
Like, not like a little trailer with a hot plate.
I live next door to these Spanish people in Cleveland.
Not very perceptive, are you, Jenkins?
I'm a damn good cop. I helped them board up all with windows.
Jesus.
Just so you can see the smile in those little captive kids' faces.
Just to see the smile and to stop that kid. They're always waving at me from up at the window. I was afraid they were going to fall out, so I boarded up the window.
They love playing police with you.
Absolutely. I would always walk in there and make sure that the handcuff things on the wall are good and tight.
Holy fuck.
Jenkins. Oh, Jenkins.
We got another one. We got another one. Tom, go ahead, Tom.
The press is going to have a field day with this.
Yes, Jenkins never doing things the press really are sympathetic of.
Tell them what you have to. They're just going to muck up the works anyway.
Always in trouble, but heart of gold, though. Heart of gold.
Well,
Heart of gold.
What was it? It was tough as nails.
Tough as nails.
With a heart of gold.
Heart of gold. I don't see it getting picked up.
I've already got like a bunch of episodes written.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Really?
different things.
Oh, cool.
Like there's a nuclear bomb one time in Times Square in a box.
Yeah.
And Jenkins has to take it and throw it in the river.
Why is that never happens?
But the
always
river's not going to
But they
solve
get like
the problem.
FBI, Homeland Security, things like that.
They weren't available.
The cop, the regular cop isn't doing anything.
Jenkins
really.
is a detective.
He's doing like fucking crowd control.
Well, he takes matter in his own hands while they're just mucking up the works.
Oh, mucking up the works again. Is that like his catchphrase?
Yeah.
You're mucking up the works.
You're mucking.
And everyone goes, oh, he said it. He said it.
You're mucking up the investigation.
It's like dynamite for Jimmy J.J. Walker.
So there's one where he does that.
Day.
One where he stops the hijacking and saves all the passengers because like the pilots were like got poisoned.
Oh.
So Jenkins has to land the plane.
Jenkins lands a plane.
Yeah. He lands the plane. It's a 747 with like 300 people on it.
Oh,
and he lands it and saves all their lives.
This goose can fly.
Yeah.
Jenkins, keep your nose up. Come in, keep those wings level. Now give a little flaps. I'm talking you in.
Little flaps! My little girl's flaps. I have to get surgery on her little flaps.
Oh, Goose.
Little I know how to fly this thing. I flew back in Desert Storm.
Oh, did he? Was he a pilot back in Desert Storm?
Yeah, I did a little piloting. I saved the whole platoon.
Oh, I like the backstory here. And I like the peripheral daughter and dentist.
But I didn't do things the Army's way, so they kicked me out.
Oh.
But I saved that platoon.
You flew for the Army?
Yeah.
All right.
Army planes.
Army planes.
And whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's always a general mucking up the works.
Oh, okay. General mucking up the works. Will they have flashback segments? That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
like
good.
A flashing back.
Yeah, of me and like of my partner in the field yelling, Jenkins, no!
Like a Middle Eastern child in trouble.
And he dies because somebody was mucking up the works.
Right.
And that's why he's got this aversion to people mucking up the works.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Oh, I like it now. Now I'm liking the war angle. People, the old war vet comes back to clean up his fucking city.
That's right. I want my town to be tidy.
And it's New York?
No.
It's not New York City?
No.
You said a bomb in Times Square.
Yeah, I know, but Jenkins is vacationing in New York.
He was just in to see some shows.
Like Die Hard, where John McClane went out to California.
Taking in Shrek the Musical.
Jenkins lives in a small town in Iowa. It's called Cludmar Village.
They're double wide.
So he's not even in a big city?
No, in Cludmar Village.
What the fuck? How much crime could happen that he really needs to be so proactive?
Really not a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a town of 600 people.
Most in golf carts. Over 50.
Not bothering anyone.
Yeah, busting bingo games.
Right. Yeah. Illegal bingo games.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, man. I thought he was a big city fucking cop.
Can we talk about Dawn for a second?
Dawn!
Did you see this article in the paper?
My sister?
Not Anthony's sister, who we all love.
Oh, the news guy?
Yeah, the news guy.
Oh, man.
I thought this was a joke, or I thought he was doing this for some kind of fucking expose or story for ABC News.
The look in the eye.
I guess he's a top producer for ABC News.
He's a bottom.
His name's Don Ennis, and he walks into ABC the other day as Dawn.
Yeah. He went from like a chubby, bald, middle-aged looking guy to a girl with fancy hair.
Wow, that's...
And he almost pulls it off when you put the wig on him.
I know.
Oh, boy. Well, he puts a lot of hair in his face. A lot of hairs in his face.
Is that all he did? He just dressed up like it?
What has he got?
Much.
He has. It's not a surgery thing?
No.
He just likes
He just
to,
walks in, I'm Dawn now, and all the workers have to say, okay.
He likes to... Yeah, that's the part about it that's fucked up.
Yeah.
All the workers just have to say, all right. All right.
You know, there was one guy from sales who just went, I'm out.
I'm not fucking entertaining this guy's little
throws his
whimsy.
clipboard down and
I understand we're all supposed to have more tolerance these days, but this one, it's just rough.
It really
If one of you guys walked in here as a fucking chick, that would be rough.
That would be really weird.
That would be rough.
It's like you're daring management to say anything. It's like, right? Hey, look, one guy says he doesn't like me as Dawn. I take him to court. I'm a rich man.
Oh, my God.
It's a win-win.
Uh-huh.
He walked into his Manhattan office on Friday in a little black dress and a brunette bobbed wig and announced to colleagues that from now on he would like to be known as Dawn. I think everyone would openly just start laughing. Like, all right, that's funny, Dawn.
What a great joke. What a great joke.
You're a kidder.
You're great.
49-year-old father of three. He's splitting from his wife of 17 years to become a woman.
Oh, my God.
Or
That's
Dawn,
good for the kids.
Stacey Ennis, as she is now known on her governmental records. Today I begin anew, she wrote on her Facebook.
You gotta call
Today
it
I
she.
begin anew, Don wrote on his Facebook timeline.
Hey.
Where she debuted a flirty new profile picture.
Flirty. Wow.
It is a flirty picture.
It is flirty. It's like that come hither eyes.
Yeah.
Please understand, this is not a game of dress-up or make-believe. It's my affirmation of who I now am and what I must do to be happy in response to a soul-crushing secret that my wife and I have been dealing with for more than 7 years, mostly in secret.
So what do we have to call Dad again?
Yeah, that's the poor kid. You know what? Sometimes you got to tuck your dreams away for the fucking well-being of the next generation. You can't fucking all of a sudden. It's a sacrifice you got to make.
Yeah, exactly. Suck it up.
There is a selfishness there because when you do become a father, Tom knows you lose a lot of your own shit.
Yeah.
No, it's not about
you anymore.
And if you have to now bear this cross that you feel like you're a woman, but you're walking around a man, that's something you then just have to live with the rest of your life going, well, here's the road I chose.
Yeah.
I can't... You're fucking your children up.
That's right. So, what do we have to get him for Mother's Day?
It's Mother's Day now. Steven Singer Rose. What do we get him?
Do we have to?
It's a whole list of things you got to say bye-bye to when you become a father.
2 Mommy's Day gifts, no Father's Day gift?
Right.
How does this work?
But maybe the kids are grown. No, they've only been married 17 years, so the kids are still in the house.
Oh, it's so selfish.
I'm sorry, there's a selfishness to the whole fucking thing.
Completely. Just if you have those moments, get a hotel room by yourself, dress up, have a weird night, and then go back to being a dad.
Be the whore that you are, and then go back to fucking being a dad.
I don't believe parents should stick together for the sake of the children, so get the fucking divorce if that part of it's not working.
Right.
And then play dress up wherever the fuck.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Weird. Oh, look at that look.
Sparkling
Kind of
blue
passable.
eyes.
Kind of passable.
You know why he's got a pudgy, not angular feature?
That's not passable.
Wow.
That one's a little rough.
That's rough. That works in a library in the back section.
That looks familiar.
Don/Dawn said she suffers from an unusual hormonal imbalance and blames her mother, who fed her female hormones as a child to prolong a commercial acting career. The hormones made the little boy look and sound young.
Is this Mikey?
But Dawn said she eventually developed breasts.
Nice.
The doctors can't explain or remedy her condition, and she's been undergoing hormone replacement therapy to maintain mysteriously a more female than male
The
body.
mother fucking gave the kid female hormones to prolong a child commercial career?
To keep his child acting going.
What commercials was he in? I gotta see that. It's great.
Well, it depends on the commercial if it was worthwhile or not.
You're right. It was a national spot.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Instead of some dumb car delarship in the middle of Bayonne.
Little fucking My Little Pony commercial.
Yeah.
A little fruit.
A lot of people wondering. She, Dawn, whatever, hasn't undergone a surgical sex change, but says her marriage is wrecked, and her personality and way of thinking has changed.
If you're the boss and you just think, you know, just because he's got all that stuff going on, you just, how's he going to run meetings? How's he going to get the? Can we just get rid of him? And you
Very
can't.
distracting.
And you can't get rid of him because it's going to just come down on you that you're not
and
accepting.
you're the one that has to.
Yeah,
you're not inclusive.
The day after I keep seeing he. Just, it gets confusing just to read the story.
I know.
Announced his decision to colleagues. She left her wife, Wendy, and moved out of the house. So, all right, they're moving on as far as their couple goes.
Yeah.
But to announce this to the world, man, the kids, holy fuck.
He's not a young guy.
I mean, that to the kids, isn't it? You should say that for the young.
Cross-dressing and
guys don't look good as old
things
ladies.
like that. It's for the young.
Right.
It's for the young.
Yeah, you should have done it when you were 15.
Right.
Now, like a middle-aged man going to a middle-aged woman.
It's not a thing that should be. If you're too old to, let's say, skateboard, you shouldn't don women's clothing and a wig. You'll just look bad. All of a sudden, you're an old lady. It's like it's not like I want to be a woman. It's like now you want to be an old lady.
I want to be a hag.
Who wants to be a hag?
And they always pick the worst lady clothes too.
Yeah,
big shoes.
Just horrible shit that no one else is wearing.
Just when you think you know how life's gonna end, this happens and starts mucking up the works.
Oh, Goose is still in studio.
I would think Goose would be more tolerant.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Goose is
wow!
very tolerant.
You want to know who this guy is?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I mean, that means we have to do something that we don't like doing, and that is trust a listener.
Oh,
we're gonna play. You want to play trust a listener?
I don't really, but
we need a little fucking stinger.
Let her rip.
For trust a listener.
Trust the listener. Yes.
Here's Jimmy in Staten Island. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, boys? It's me, Jimmy from Staten
Oh,
Island.
of course we know you.
Said that.
Anthony, did you count the plugs this year?
What?
Christmas lights? You don't remember me.
Oh, right. You're the crazy
Christmas light
guy.
Jimmy. Yeah.
Right.
Do we have his original phone call there, E-Rock?
I'll look for it.
He's the crazy guy.
I actually loved this guy when he first called our show.
He's a little nutty.
He's a little nutty.
All right, listen, jerk-ups. Listen.
Now he's trying to work his character.
Gotta work the character. The guy who did the original Charlie Browns, his mother used to do the same thing, give him female hormones.
See, I thought it was not. See, it's not the thing.
He said,
trust the listener.
The guy who was the original Charlie Brown
also
he did hormones. See, that you would speculate that is who they're talking about.
I was thinking this might have been the original Charlie Brown.
I think whoever's typing in, whoever typed that in, typed it in very vaguely.
Now listen,
Sal?
if you Google him, you'll see he just had a case recently. Because he beat the shit out of his girlfriend or something.
Shut up.
Yeah, Charlie Brown. Yeah.
Look, now that Governor Christie is losing all that weight, can we get him to pull his fucking pants down to a normal level?
Dude, I saved a picture on my phone.
Did you? I'm obsessed with how high his pants always have to be.
It's the highest I've ever seen.
But now that he's losing the weight, fucking move your waistline down.
They're so fucking
You really
high.
have a picure of his pants up high?
Of his giant fucking high pants.
Holy fuck, they just showed him on TV. Now that he's losing the weight, they have new video, but his pants are still way the fuck too high.
He makes his own waist.
Look at him.
Where's their pants that high?
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're up to his nipples.
It's like that's more than William Frawley ever did.
The pants are above his belly button easily.
Yes.
In that picture you
They're
showed
almost
me.
under his armpit. They are directly under the fat
that side tit fat that fat people get under the armpits.
Yeah.
His pants are up to there, and the belt is across his.
But he
fucking
got the lap band, which is different than having
Slower.
your stomach
Slower,
taken
yeah.
out, right?
Yeah.
Lap band is a pound a week.
What do they do?
A pound a week. So it's a lot slower. So he's hoping
It's adjustable too, or something.
What is it?
It's like a zip strip that they put around your the
opening
bottom
to your...
of the esophagus. What is that called?
Pretty
Down
much
there.
right,
Yeah,
right, right before the stomach.
Yeah, and they fucking wrap it around there and squish it to a certain diameter and don't allow as much shit in there.
It's not as dramatic.
They could section off a piece of your stomach with it, where your stomach is a lot smaller, and it's fucked up.
This is a lot
How
slower.
do they get in there?
I don't know. How do they get in
with
there?
those the fucking
Laparoscopic.
It's a 40-minute surgery.
Yeah. What?
40-minute surgery. Now, the other ones, the stomachs, staplings are much bigger, right?
That's brutal, but you'll lose a lot of weight a lot faster. This one, it's a slower process. He's good for about 50 pounds this year.
And all you can do
weight loss, 50 to 60 pounds.
Will you vomit it if you eat this way? Like with a small stomach, you vomit. But this doesn't shrink your stomach, though.
No.
No.
But you can eat your way through those surgeries, right?
Yes.
There's guys that have had multiples.
Yes.
Right?
Just hear it come out. You hear the sound of Velcro in someone's stomach. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when those submarine movies, when they're down too deep and the rivets start popping.
There's a big sandwich coming down.
It's not as dangerous either.
The lap band is
not as dangerous. So
can they just go in and take it out if you want to?
Yeah.
He's got,
but it
2.5,
also the
3
stomach.
years.
They said the stomach could actually grow around it too.
Is
There
that
are
bad?
complications.
Oh yeah.
He's absolutely doing this to make a presidential run.
Yeah, he's
So
saying it's for
he's
his
got
family.
plenty of time.
I mean,
no.
Yeah, sure, he's doing it for his family, but he's mostly doing it because he's got to look good.
You
if he's
can't
making a
be
run.
President Weeble. You gotta fucking lose some weight.
Yeah, President Fat Fuck or something.
That too, Chippa.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Yeah.
How much weight does he have to lose for you to consider him as a president?
As a president?
100.
Wow.
100?
We like a healthy-looking president.
Clinton
In the old
looked a
days,
little
we-
beefy before
Nah,
he started getting.
But never to the point where you're like, wow, Clinton's obese. You know, that's fucking.
You forget he was a lot bigger.
That's Taft fat. That's
well, yeah.
like Taft. Who was our fattest president?
I think it was Taft.
Was it Taft?
Has to be.
Yeah.
Or was it like Hayes or someone we don't remember how they look? I don't know. Fattest president. Taft.
Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland?
How fat was Taft?
Taft was a fat fuck.
340 pounds.
340.
Christie has to weigh more
He
than
wore it
340,
well,
right?
Yeah.
I'm getting a lap band. They couldn't do that back then.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Only 1 out of 10 survived the
Don't
operation.
look now, Valdez.
Yeah.
Taft is looking thin.
Ah.
I've started a step-aerobic program. Yes, I'm trying to lose the weight and be a slender, healthy president. No Negro.
They hated black people back then.
Let's go back to that other story. We go to Doug in Boston. Doug.
Yeah. My first gig as a newscast director, the first day I come in, here comes this 6-foot-tall, just frightening-looking woman, and it turns out that it was Carrie, who used to be Gary. Actually worked at.
Love how they make the names close.
Yeah, why don't you
just change it completely?
Yeah, you could pick any
My
name.
name was Bob, and now I'm Cheryl. Right. Like it doesn't have to be I'm Bob. Now I'm Barbara. like fucking Bobette. You can fucking believe me. You put on a wig and a dress and fucking stuffed tits in there. You could go off with the name. We're not going to go. Ew. He didn't even keep a close name.
Yeah,
don't worry. The name's the easy part.
Went from Rob to Robin.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
You
Rob.
can pick any name.
Now I'm Roberta. Ah, great.
It's actually easier if we're not reminded of the dude part of it.
Yeah. Don, you used to be Don, now you're Dawn.
Or Donna.
It's Donna. It's like fuck that.
Anyway,
go
ahead, Doug.
All right. So, well, actually, there's another thing too. In my town, I live in a real small town. There was an event at the school, and one of the parents showed up, and his name was Bob, but he showed up in a blonde wig and a dress, and his name now was Ariadne.
Oh, well, that's
Oh,
dope.
now you're picking a good name.
Magical.
Ariadne?
Yes.
It's not a The beginning of that, the beginning part of that name is sexy, but then it tails off into almost a James Cagney sound.
Ariadne.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about Carrie was that she was a pre-op, so she was on all these hormones, and, you know, TV's pretty high stress, and she would freak out. I mean, throw shit around, break things.
You can't fucking get away with being a dude, dressing like a chick, and think we're going to put up with the shit chicks pull. that crazy fucking psycho attitude.
Right.
We just put up with it because we're hoping, you know, maybe we can fuck you.
Yeah.
If a guy is doing that, yeah, that's not going to wash here, fella.
Yeah, they're gonna.
No.
Oh, that's funny.
The last thing was, it's the station that, do you remember when you guys used to do the lesbian dating game at AF?
Probably.
Right?
No, I'm trying to remember. Well, sure.
So many memories.
Okay, so we had a reporter come over, and he was your best friend during the shoot.
Oh, that was...
afterwards, Bill Rapley. And
I remember that.
Afterwards, yeah, I was working there at the time, so that was...
I remember Bill. He hung out with us for the day. He had jeans and just a T-shirt on.
He was wearing
with
an earring. Yeah, the earring.
And he's like, look, man, I'm one of you guys.
Hey, love the
Let's
show.
give me a positive piece.
This is going to be great. Let me get
We were
some.
so
Let me get some
stupid
video
and
of
so
this over
green
here.
back then.
Oh, this is great. Woo, woo, woo.
And then we see him on the news. He's wearing a suit and tie.
No earring.
This will disgust you. Wait a minute, you motherfucker.
I couldn't believe it was the same guy.
He got us. He infiltrated.
We really were
hilarious.
a lot. We were just very stupid back then. We're still stupid, but we were really stupid back then.
On the station forever. That was one of the best tapes if you could get a hold of to see the shit that was going on that day. That was pretty cool.
We were naive.
Yeah, there's some shit he filmed that day.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Have the naked girl sit on your lap.
Yeah.
We'll get a shot of that from behind, and
yeah.
Christ.
Funny.
Oh yeah, he fucked us. Did he become the chick?
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
I'm just gonna guess.
No, he did.
Yes. No. Yes.
He didn't.
Wow.
So good luck to Don, who's now Dawn over there at ABC.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll wind up meeting her.
That one's still a rough one.
I'm in the news industry.
That's still a rough one to fucking digest, I gotta be honest with you. So
Yeah.
the other one's a strange one. Yeah. Whatever.
Guys are fucking weird.
Mother's Day.
Not many women pulling that shit. It happens, but not as often as the guys love putting on the wig and fucking strutting their ass and shit out there. You know.
What is that?
I don't know. A lot of younger girls, though, are pulling this thing where they just completely go dude.
Yeah.
Like these lesbians where they're tough. Overweight, tough, hat backwards. They look like vatos fucking...
Yeah.
And that's like a whole thing. There's
Cut
no
off sleeves
femininity.
and no.
Yeah.
Aren't those like diesel dykes? Like, that's pretty
Yes,
common.
yes.
That's
It's
not
the
new.
old diesel, but it's newer. Like, they're getting younger and younger.
Right.
There's like this weird thing going on. I don't know. It's very accepted in school and shit like that.
And they look at guys like, what are you looking at?
Yeah. You can't even see them as girls. They're very
As human beings, we're gonna stare at that shit.
I know, it's natural.
Then they get mad. It's like, I'm sorry. It's something I don't see every day.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get pissed at me because you're a fucking freak show walking around. I'm not used to this shit.
Right.
I was raised in a normal household, you freak.
There's a guy.
Give me a minute.
This guy is probably pushing 60 in on the Upper West Side, and he dresses like a girl, old school from I would say like the 30s or 40s. And he wears one of those lady fezzes.
Right.
What?
Isn't it called the fez, the hat?
Oh, I thought you were mentioning who's coming up.
No, I understand.
Next.
That's why I was being careful. What is it called, though? Is it called the fez hat?
Is it a fez hat?
It's a fezzy.
Then
No,
it's a fez.
it's a hey buddy.
It's a hey buddy hat. And he walks around with high heels and stuff. I want to get him on film so bad.
Wait, the thing with the tassel that the Shriners wear?
Yeah, but it doesn't have the tassel, but it has that type of look to it.
Oh,
right.
Like an old school hat from like the 30s.
Like one that Lucy would wear?
Sure, yeah.
Lucy was always coming in with those dumb hats.
Right.
And it wasn't even a hat. It was just something you pinned on the side of your big hairdo.
This guy walks around the Upper West Side, high heels.
Yeah?
He goes through life as a woman. I want to get him on video so bad, but I know he would kick my fucking ass if I was caught.
Old guy dressed as a chick?
He's in shape.
Can he? Is he in heels?
He's in shape.
Yeah.
You could outrun him. Then.
But he walks around with an attitude like he knows everyone's looking, and he gets pissed off like, what are you looking at?
That's so weird.
And I want to get him on film so bad, but I know if it goes wrong, I'll get my ass kicked. I know it. I can't sit here and act like I'm a tough guy.
He's in heels.
You know what you got to do? And I just picked these up, and I'm not even kidding. I just picked them up. I saw them. I had to buy them.
What?
The fucking glasses with the camera in them.
What, the Googles?
No, just I got a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Put them on. And it's got HD fucking vid, 16 gigabyte fucking card in there, and you can just put them on, and as you walk, you're just videoing. And
what do they look like, though?
They look like dumb fucking glasses, but
big.
No, they're kind of little fucking little.
You can't see camera.
No,
give me a picture of what they look
just
like.
Walk around. I don't know. There's so many
kinda...
different brands.
Oh yeah, they look like Jose. They look like Jose Canseco fucking sunglasses.
They can, but mine look a little different. Mine will look more like just nerdy glasses.
Well, I got a Bluetooth, but I got it too late. I got a Bluetooth camera.
Do you?
Yeah, but no one fucking walks around with Bluetooth.
With blue teeth.
With blue teeth anymore.
Yeah, more like that kind of. Yeah, more like that. Just
that
regular
look that
glasses.
Bad.
Yeah,
regular glasses. And
how's the video?
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
How do you turn it on?
You grab the little thing that goes over your right ear, and you press the button on top.
Can you have like earplugs to hear the audio?
I don't think so. You're hearing the audio because you're there.
No, I know, but it's like, all that other noise that you don't realize.
Can you see? Does it have a viewfinder? Yeah, your eyeballs.
Oh, man. But you know, all that other noise you don't even realize is happening until you fucking look at your video and go, really? There was a fire truck going by? I didn't know.
I didn't know I was on a cruise ship leaving port. Yeah.
Our ears are an amazing thing. They filter out all that other shit.
Like this show. For the poor listener. So I got one of those because I figured it would kind of be fun to fuck with some people in certain circumstances.
What are you thinking?
With the, I don't know, stores, people behind the counter. Saying fucking things, getting into protracted conversations with a pharmacist.
Suddenly you're Howie Mandel.
Shit. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And I
Don't
got
touch me.
I got backup.
Yeah?
Rosalie from New York City. Don't say where the guy works, but you know the exact guy I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, he works at...
Huh?
I know the exact guy, yes.
And it's like a Fez type hat, or I can't explain it. It's
Where
like an
does
old
he
school
work?
hat. Yeah, where does he
He
work?
always has like these like pearl type earrings on too.
Yeah.
He's always wearing these like big like old ladyish type pearl
Oh,
earrings.
I know that guy.
Costume jewelry.
You seen him too?
Yeah, he works at the diner.
He's scary, right, Rosalie?
He's unique.
He
What
comes
kind of
across
hat is
very intimidating, but he's very, very sure of himself.
Tell me about the hat. What kind of
The
hat?
No, it's definitely a Fez looking type
Is it a
hat.
pillbox?
It
Like
looks like a
Jackie
Fez
O?
hat. Like put Fez in Google image, Fez hat or something.
But I know what a Fez hat is.
But it's smaller. It's like a designer
very
type
much
pillbox, like Jackie O.
No,
No?
smaller.
Yes, no.
She had
Well,
grace, Jackie O.
If it had like a small little veil, it's like that type. But this one doesn't have
veil?
a
See the Fez hat?
It's more like a 1930s.
Take the tassel
Like a
off and make it
1920s,
shorter.
1930s.
All right.
That's what he's
1930s
wearing.
woman's hat.
Yeah, it's almost pillboxish. Almost.
Wow, now I know where he works.
What about the dress? Is the dress 30s style?
Sort of.
Yeah?
It's usually long past like like a little past the knees.
Oh.
It definitely wears.
Not giving up too much. That's nice. Nice. Keep
Leave
it
it a little to the
mystery.
imagination, you know.
Classy. Yeah?
Rosalie knows.
I see him almost every day.
Wow.
Does he make eye contact with you?
No, he's always just going to work.
Right.
You see him crossing the street, going to work, and he's just very, I guess, comfortable in his
Third
own
pick
skin.
in.
He's extremely comfortable. He's very sure of himself.
How old is he?
We all should have that type of confidence.
That chick
how
is
old?
sexy.
I think he's like mid-50s, would you say? Upper 50s?
Right?
I would say upper 50s.
Yeah. Yeah,
Definitely upper 50s.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's got to be the guy.
Somebody's grandpa.
It's the earrings that get me every time. You know, like when you look,
Oh, and he keeps his hair short, too.
Yeah?
Oh,
he
yeah.
wears like just old earrings. Like,
do they stretch? Are his earlobes all stretched out?
Like grandma's?
Old grandma. There's nothing worse than watching grandma with those fucking lead weights, fishing weights on her ears. Maybe you ought to lighten the load on those lobes, Granny, because they're fucking stretching down like some Ubangi fucking tribe.
Lips.
Yeah, you just see them, and they're like at the brink. They're pulling the fucking piercing holes look like slits.
Little hound dog ears.
Terrible.
Yeah, Rosalie's on it.
It's asking a lot of people to just accept it. I mean, you got to at least give us you got to give you, all right, you're shocked for a second, and then we'll get used to it. And okay, now I'm with you, Carl.
Let me get out the laughter, the shock, the fucking, oh my God,
the jizz. The quick, the cum, the quick moment of, what the fuck are you?
Right.
Yeah, can you at least give us that?
Yeah. And then we'll work on the inclusion.
The tolerance.
Tolerance, diversity, all
some
that
people saying
shit.
things they shouldn't say. Say, everybody, that lady has a pecker.
Chip would have so many lawsuits if he was in the workplace.
Oh, at work?
When Dawn walks in.
Mr. Chipperson, good to see you in my courtroom again. What is it this time, counsel?
I just said, hey, that lady's not a real lady. It's a guy with a bunch of stuff up in his shirt.
All right. $20,000 in damages. They just look at a fucking scale on the wall.
Yeah. He argues with somebody who's transgendered at work. Why don't you go suck a bunch of peckers or something?
All right. Here's a subpoena. We'll see you in court.
Yeah.
See you next
Chip
week.
just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Fuck. Look at that. No way a faggot can lift that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, don't your wrist bend or something?
Oh.
What are you going to do? Go home and smell some pecker juice?
Oh, my God. No. I didn't give the promotion to the black guy. He's black. Oh,
Exactly. Why don't you eat some chicken or something?
Oh, no. Chip again. Pulling up to the court building.
Yeah. Hey, you Chinese, look at your eyes. Oing, chong, chong.
Oh,
jeez.
Welcome to the job or something.
And he just wouldn't learn.
Yeah.
There's no teaching.
Yeah, what are you going to go to the bathroom and look for your little pecker or something?
They do learning videos on chicks' mistakes.
Yeah. Hump a nice ass, like a lot of sexual harassment.
Yeah, pretty
Thinking
girls.
that the girl would be, like, flattered.
Yeah. Hey, look at your fucking nipples are showing. You got me creaming in my pants.
Thinking it's a compliment.
Yes, it's a comment. What's the matter? I was complimenting.
I'd fucking cream all over your hand if you grabbed it. You should get a raise, like in the fucking front of my pants. Holy shit.
Chip doesn't know. He just doesn't know.
Back to human resources.
Yes, HR again. Sit down, Mr. Chipperson.
Sticks his tongue out of girls. I'll fucking make you clit dance.
Chip,
can we talk to you again?
Yeah, Chip,
What the
in
fuck?
my office.
Doesn't make no sense.
Wow. Before we leave,
People love
you
me.
today,
They love me.
Kingston Pete on the Twitter. No human remains found at Cleveland home of Ariel Castro.
Oh.
They were searching for human remains. They did not find any.
Send the Goose in there. He'll come out with something.
Oh, the goose, oh yeah.
Wow.
Sniff it out.
Forensics team. Goose wouldn't fucking respect a crime scene, though. No little booties, no fucking, like you'd picking shit
Little
up with your
booties.
hands.
My little girl's little booty needs surgery.
I thought it was the front.
It is, but the front is sideways, so it all drips into the little booty, and
The long flaps.
her little booty is chafed. Doing it all for his little girl.
Planting evidence, whatever it takes to get the bad guy.
Old school.
Yeah, old school. Fucking, you got a lay down gun. You got one of those fucking guns that at any moment's notice you could just throw it down. Yeah, he was shooting back. Saw him pull a gun. Yeah, throw down.
No, the goose don't do that.
Oh. But that goes with the tough as nails.
Yeah.
He bends the rules, but he doesn't break them.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it? He might bend a few rules.
Yeah, I do what I got to do in the system, but I'm not going to throw a fake gun in there and muck up the works.
Muck up the works. I might dent up your rules a bit.
Do you think that's a good thing, muck up the works?
Good
It's
thing.
the dumbest, like, catchphrasey, gimmicky thing that any character could say. He's mucking up the works. And then people because you'd be an actor, of course, and people would see you on the street, and they'd be like, hey, Jenkins, hey, who's mucking up the works? They'd yell out the catchphrase. You'd be like, all right, it's a character, dummy.
It's mucking it up.
Mucking up the works T-shirts. Oh, man, don't muck up the works. And it's a picture of Jenkins on a T-shirt. Oh, I'd wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you muck up the works, I'll unmuck them for you.
Yeah. Doesn't even roll off the tongue very nicely. It's a horrible phrase.
He doesn't catch it all. He just keeps saying it over and over.
Tries to really pound it into people's heads.
Aren't you a guy from that show? Yeah, the mucking up the works.
Oh, God.
No.
He then literally, his drain is clogged, and he calls a plumber, and the plumber's like, well, the hair is mucking up the works. And it's literal, and he gets mad that he's using it, but he has more right to use mucking up the works.
That's mine.
It's mine. What?
All right, it's plug time.
Oh. Plug it, baby.
Yeah.
Got the Tom Pop in Philly this weekend.
Yes.
Ooh.
Can't wait. Philadelphia, one show.
Where are you working?
The Perlman Theater. At the, it's in a bigger building.
Oh.
It's the Perlman Theater is where I'm actually performing, but it's actually part of a larger complex in Philadelphia.
Right.
They're just going to know where this place is, or?
Well, yeah. If it's the Kimmel Center.
What time's your show? 11:35 or something?
Why would it be that?
Fucking Jimmy Kimmel Center.
People are going to know where you are this weekend, Tom. Tom Pop on Twitter. Thanks for stopping by, Tom.
Thanks, guys. Always good to see you.
Jimmy's going to be at Wise Guys.
In Utah, Wise Guys, Friday, Saturday. And I'm doing my advice show. Next.
Oh, today? Fuck.
Oh,
shit. We got to get off the air.
Jeepers.
Got to clear the field for little Jimmy Norton.
I got to piss.
Wow. Before the show?
Yeah.
My advice would be go before the show.
How many reads do I have?
18.
Oh, man.
2 or 18? What the fuck?
Do we have any reads?
What the fuck?
Because it's Mother's Day. You done?
We're done ski.
Nice. There's got to be something else you can talk about for Mother's Day.
No.
It's got to be.
You know what the best part is, though? Tomorrow, we get to say these things all over again. Yes. Mother's Day. Steven singing. Pro-flower.
Pajamas.
Yeah, pajamas. We love it. We do love our sponsors.
And the Jim Norton Show starts now.
Hello. Happy Wednesday. That's from now on how I'm going to do it. Good way to start today. Mother's Day is this Sunday, and the best gift for mom is the gift of relaxation from Pajamagram.com. A Pajamagram is the softest gift for the hardest job. Of course, being a mom being the hardest job. They have a great selection of pajamas that moms are guaranteed to love. Check out Pajamagram.com, or if you're one of these internet haters, call 1-800-GIVE-PJs, and they'll help you choose the perfect pajamas for your mom, wife, or daughter. They have over 100 styles and sizes to fit every mom, all made from the best fabrics, plus great bath and body spa products, too. All the stuff women love. The presentation is awesome, so you don't have to wrap a thing. Every Pajamagram comes in a free gift package, including lavender bath confetti, a do not disturb sign, and a personalized gift card. It's all in a beautiful hat box that she's going to love. Dad, it's your job to get your wife a gift from the kids and yourself, so Pajamagram is perfect. Be sure to check out their mommy and me sets, matching pajamas for the mother and kids. She'll love it, and it's a gift that you know she's going to use over and over. This Mother's Day, spoil your mom or wife or daughter with kids with a Pajamagram. Overnight delivery is guaranteed. What are you waiting for? Just visit Pajamagram.com or call 1-800-GIVE-PJs at Pajamagram.com. Figured I'd start off with a read. I have 2 reads today, but why not start off with one? So this way, the callers can call.
If you want to call, 866-969-1969.
You know, I've been dieting, and on my way back to the studio, Jenny Hutt gave me... I try not to eat these diet bars because they're all sugar, but she said this one is not bad. It's called Go Free, and it's a gluten-free dark chocolate trail mix. I only had half of the bar. She said it's like 170 calories. I'm wondering if that's bad.
It's going to make you shit, though.
I don't care. I try not to eat these things, though, because they're just sugar, and they're just basically like candy bars. So, I'm just starving. I get nauseous sometimes. I drink too much coffee.
But you eat a lot during the show. I mean, it's good stuff, but you eat a lot during the show.
Well, in 4 hours, I eat egg whites, scrambled egg white. Egg white omelet with tomatoes and stuff and some vegetables in it. And then I have some fat-free plain yogurt with blueberries and strawberries. And people will be like, they have sugar, but I don't care. They're cancer fighters.
And sometimes you have oatmeal, too, right?
Very occasionally, a little bit of carbs, yeah. Let's see, Andrew in New York. Cousin slept with your girlfriend behind your back. I love everyone in this story so far.
Hi, Jim. Big fan.
Hi, buddy. Thank you.
Last summer, I was seeing this girl who ended up sleeping with my cousin behind my back. These 8 months have passed by, and they're in love and getting married soon.
Wow.
My cousin called me to be a groomsman, but I don't want any part of the wedding because I can't look at that jizz bag for more than 3 seconds.
How long did you date her for?
Me and her were on and off for about 3 months. Very casual, no strings attached. But the whole thing is the reason why I'm sorry. Yeah, I just got people passing by. I don't know. It just bothers me that I lost his trust,
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, he did it behind your back, even though you two weren't in love. Still, it's kind of sneaky and shitty to do. But are you going to have to see him for the rest of your life, or do you not have to interact with him?
No, yeah. I'm going to be interacting with him for a lot of time. I see him all the time. It's just now the big issue is he wants me at his wedding, and I said no. So.
Well, now, that's a tough call because if you're going to have to see him and his family, if you want to hold on to the resentment, then hold on to it. But there might come a point where you're going to have to move on or just have an uncomfortable family relationship.
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of gotten past, holding a grudge against him. It's just I can't stand her. I can't be in a room with her for more than 3 seconds. I detest her. And, now, I mean, the family's 50-50 on it. I had people that tell me I should go to the wedding and I should just, quit being a baby and just, let it go. But
I don't think you're being a baby.
Yeah, I thank you, because, everybody else is, quick to say, oh, you shouldn't be overreacting if there's no strings attached. The biggest thing is that I lost his trust, and me and him were really close before.
You know what? This one might be very simple. If you want to go, go. And if you don't, don't. It really is that simple. Who cares what anybody else says? Fuck the family, fuck me. If you feel like, hey, man, I can kind of move past this right now, I'm going to go, go. But if not, then fuck both of them. Don't go. You know what I mean? They did shit behind your back. It was sneaky. And now just because they're getting married doesn't mean that you have to co-sign them sneaking around behind your back.
Exactly. And you know what the funny thing is he revealed it at my brother's birthday party. And the funny thing is 2 weeks before, I was with her. And I told her I would be a very transparent guy, that if I wanted to be with somebody else, I'd do it. And I expected the same from her. And both of them get to the party, and they don't say shit to me. The whole time, they're very sneaky.
Yeah.
And 5 hours into the party, my cousin's like, yeah, I want to talk to you. So, I kind of smelled the rat. So then when he told me, I kind of thought, all right, it's not a problem, but I didn't think they're going to get married,
All right, well, there's not. I mean, look, dude. Thank you very much for the call. I thank you very much, Andrew. I will say that you got to do what you feel right doing, and it's just going to be you're either going to want to or you're not. But if you really feel resentment and you don't want to look at her, then fuck them. Don't honor them by going to your wedding. You don't have to. You don't have to go to a wedding just because it's family. Oh, it's your family. Well, fuck them. Then he should have thought of that before he fucked the girl you were dating. And if it happened to work out where they are in love and they were meant to be, that's okay. But they didn't go about it the right way, so maybe their punishment should be you don't show up at their shitty wedding. So let's talk about, we'll give a couple of CPAP questions. Let's talk to Tim in Virginia, who has a CPAP question.
Yeah, how you doing, Jeff?
Hi, buddy.
Well, I have a CPAP, and I just spent the night at a girl's house, and I didn't bring it in. I didn't bring it with me because I was a few hours away from home, and I was afraid to go to sleep. So I just sat up all night watching really bad television to keep from going to sleep. What do I do?
You bring the machine. Like, I understand, like, I have the same fear of falling asleep, but, because, you know, a lot of times, like last night I had a bad night. I'm very tired today. My central apnea was killing me. Like, I just kept waking up. So I was having a fucking, a very frustrating night. So I understand that fear of going to sleep. But if you didn't have the machine with you because you just didn't have it, that's one thing. But if you left it home because you were socially embarrassed,
Right. Yeah.
which was
exactly it? Oh, I was embarrassed.
All right, well then don't be embarrassed anymore. It beats. Tell her beforehand, hey, look, I use this machine because without it I might die. And if she can't deal with that, then fuck her. But most women are fine with that, dude. Like, you know what? It's after you fucked. You put it on, you go to sleep. You don't have to, you know, it's like you don't do anything while you're sleeping. So never be embarrassed again, or make the priority pick. You being asleep and comfortable is more important than what a broad is going to think of you. And chances are it's not going to be as bad as you think.
Right.
So that was silly to be embarrassed, dude. Don't be like that anymore.
All right. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it.
Good luck. Now, Tucker in Fort Worth has apnea. Yes, Tucker?
Hey, Jim, I'm 32. I just got a CPAP machine, and I am having hell with these masks. And as I recall, I remember you talking on the show that you'd had trouble finding one that fit, and I was wondering if you had any tips. I've got the full face mask now, and I end up drooling in it, and then it leaks, and I wake myself up, and I don't know what.
How long have you had it?
I've had it for about 2 weeks, and I've only I wake up with it off for like half that time.
You're brand new. It could take 6 months. And I'm not saying that for me it's been a year, but I don't have the right machine. And, you know, the situation with the sleep center I've dealt with has not been good. And it's been extraordinarily frustrating. And I really do want to go on the air and tell you which one they are. And again, I would only say that my experience with them was extraordinarily unsatisfying. But 2 weeks out from what people I know who have learned to use the masks, 2 weeks is very new. Keep giving it time. You'll find the mask that works for you if this one doesn't. There's also custom fitted masks, which I would like to investigate, where you can, they're expensive, but you can have a mask made for your face. But don't give up. You just started. Eventually, from what they tell me, it will change your life. And I hold on to that. And you know, when Doug was in the other day, we talked about God. And, you know, I don't know how I feel about God. I go back and forth. I want to believe. And thank you very much for the call, Tucker. I would suggest just continue to try. But, you know, it's like I really do want to believe in God, but it's really hard to. And then when I do believe in God, I fucking hate his guts. Because it's like I have a great life. But it's like, you know, I can't even go to sleep without fucking dreading it. You know, I just want to lay down and go to sleep, and I can't. So there's, you just do the right thing. So I do the right thing, and I do the right thing, and it doesn't matter. It's still not working. So that makes me just angry. Maybe if it's not God, it's just the universe or my own fucking face. Yes.
Did you ever, I know you're doing the CPAP and all that stuff, but did you ever try something as simple as the thing that dentists can make where they mold you
use
just
one
to move your jaw? Maybe that's just something that simple?
I slept with one last night.
Oh,
I
you
sleep
did?
with one every night. It's a mouth guard. It pushes your jaw forward. But and I'll be very brief with this, but I have what they call complex apnea, which is CPAP, constant positive airway pressure. I think it helps regular apnea, which is the physical apnea is when your tongue blocks, and that's what the jaw pushed forward mouth guard does. If you just snore, a mouth guard might work for you because when it pushes your jaw forward, it gives you a little more room in the throat for the air to go through, and it helps. But the central apnea, that doesn't help because it has nothing to do with my tongue. It's the brain signal. So the CPAP does not work for that because when I just stop, like when you're going and you're trying to breathe, the machine senses that you're trying to breathe and forces air in, or it just constantly forces air in. When I have, you know, which is what CPAP and BiPAP do, but I don't need those because when I don't breathe, when I just go and I just stop, there's no effort to breathe because my cunt brain doesn't send the signal. The machine doesn't pick up that that's happening. So I just go, and I wake up gasping in a mask. It's a fucking abomination. And I told these fucking faggot doctors, it's central fucking complex apnea, dummies. And this fucking, I'll never forget these techs. The 2 sleep studies I did, they're all dopes. The one tech tells me, I don't even think you have sleep apnea. And then the next time I come back, so I'm like, I want to be tested on a fucking ASV machine, which is the one it's very expensive, but it senses when you're not breathing and it deals with complex apnea. And the fucking female tech comes in and goes, no, you don't need that. That breathes for you. And it's like, well, that's what I need, stupid. Why am I yelling? I'm sorry. I just get angry every time I think of these fucking people. And to answer the guy from Richmond, John, I know I didn't have the surgery, but again, that's what they put in those pillars in the back of your throat. I've had the sinus surgery, but that won't help me because, again, it's complex apnea. Let's see. Brian in Washington State, separated from his wife. What's up, Brian?
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
I'm okay, buddy. I'm a little cranky because I'm so tired, but thank you. How are you?
No kidding. I'm doing great. I love you on Red Eye.
Thank you, buddy.
Every time I hear you on Opie and Anthony, you're great.
Thank you.
So I figured who better to call, right, than my question. So here's the deal. My wife and I were separated for a while, like, say, 6 months. Didn't really talk, and it was really bad because she used to be my best friend, and we would get along, but we suddenly didn't, and horrible fighting all the time. Couldn't go 2 words without fighting. So I move out, and she starts seeing some guy. Good guy. He's friends with me on Facebook. So, and started seeing him, and I don't know why it was bugging me, because it shouldn't have bugged me. You know,
sure it should have. It's normal. Wait, you knew the guy or you didn't know him?
Oh, I did know him. I knew him.
Yeah, of course it would bother you. Why shouldn't it? We're not robots. Even though, you shouldn't go over there with a fucking butcher knife. You shouldn't act on it. But yeah, of course, bothering you is pretty normal for a while. If it's been 10 years, maybe not. But, that's normal.
Well, it was kind of bothering me anyway. And so so I was talking with some friends at dinner, and, I was trying to go out there and date and see what's out there. But I wasn't really interested. So it came down to one day I'm having dinner with some friends, and I'm talking to this guy's wife, who's kind of a counselor, and she says, well, Brian, I think it's because you're still in love with her. And I said, well, yeah, of course I'm still in love with her. Sure. So then I said, okay, from this day forward, I'm not going to fight with her. I'm not going to disrespect her. I'm not going to yell. I just want to get along. We have kids, so forth and so on. So I write her an email and just say, look, I'm sorry I didn't treat you right, blah, 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 went on. Just, I wasn't trying to break them up or anything.
Right.
And so then I go over to the house, and then we have sex. Like, she wants to have sex with me.
Okay.
And we've always had great sex. I love the woman. She's, sensual. And anyway, so the bottom line is, here's my problem. So she still wants to see this other guy, not date. She says she's not going to sleep with him anymore. But, it's like little texts once in a while. And
you know what, dude?
Checking the text like some psychopath. I never checked her text.
I'm not. I've never been married, and I say this every time, but fuck her. Like, unless one of two things is happening. Either she just wants what she wants and that's it, or she really loves you but doesn't trust that you're going to change if you need to change, or doesn't trust that the relationship will work, so she's keeping this little light bridge back to this guy. How old is she?
40.
Yeah, 40. Okay. So at 40, you have kids?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. So it's a lot harder for a 40-year-old woman with kids to find a guy than it is for a 40-year-old man to find a woman. Because that's a lot of baggage for a guy to take on as a woman with kids. So the fact that she has another guy, it's probably, and what if things with you don't work out? Then she's left with nothing. So maybe she wants you, but is keeping a little hook into him just as a safety line for a little while. How long have you been fucking her again?
Oh, it's been going on for like a month.
Yeah, a month.
I shit you not, Jim. It's been probably out of the 30 days, maybe 24 out of the 30.
Okay, so maybe you're the. How long was she with him?
So like 3 months.
Yeah, dude. I wouldn't. You know what? I would say give her a break on this one for a little while. It's only a month. Does she look like she wants to get back with you?
Oh, she said it. I guess what's bothering me, Jim, is that I know I have no right to tell her to stop seeing the guy. I don't, because we were pretty much on our way to divorce court.
So what you do, dude, is keep fucking her right and treat her right. And if she's treating you right, she probably won't want to see him after a short amount of time. Most of her wanting to see him, you're the father of her kids, you're putting good dick to her. It literally is probably just a safety line. So if all of a sudden she found a guy who will tolerate a 40-year-old woman with 3 kids, let's just say you fuck her for 2 months and then get bored and take off again or act like a dick, then she's got nothing. So I think if she realizes things with you might work out, she might let this other guy go, okay?
All right, that makes me feel
Thank you, buddy. Good luck to you. Henry in Jacksonville says he has something to share about CPAP. Oh, Hello. Yes, Henry. Hello.
Guess we lost him.
Did we lose? Oh, God, I hope his CPAP didn't shut off. He's dead! Now, Dave in New Mexico wants to know how I lost the weight.
Hey, what's going on, Jim?
Dave, you want to know how I lost the weight?
Well, yeah, the only reason why I asked you is because, you know, I heard you mention on the show one day you're about 5'6", and you were up at 185.
I'm close to, first of all, closer to 5'7", and I got to 181 a few years ago, but I was tapping out at about 165, 170 was my average weight for the last couple of years.
See, I fluctuate between 178 and 190.
Yeah.
And I'm sick and tired of this fucking yo-yo. It depresses me.
How tall are you?
And I work out. The working out it's the diet part.
It's all diet, dude. I'm sorry, I apologize for the interrupting you, but it's all diet. You know what I mean? It's like everyone says that exercise is important, but it's 80% diet. You know, what I do is you can go online and find some great workouts, but I was mixing it up. I was going almost every day. A little bit of cardio, doing some weights, and not expecting instant results. You know, my diet is in the morning. And again, I'm lucky because I have a pretty regimented schedule as far as performing. In the morning, I eat egg white omelet with no meat in it, just like some what I said, green peppers, red peppers, tomatoes, whatever. And then I'll have some fat-free yogurt with fruit of some sort. In the afternoon, maybe I'll eat some grilled chicken or some salmon or some tilapia with some steamed vegetables, because I eat at the gym. They have a good little place to eat there. And then at night, I eat tabbouleh salad, which is like a lot of parsley and stuff, and I have it with a couple of olives and a skewer of grilled chicken. So I eat a lot of sushi, more than I should. That's the one bit of rice I get that I shouldn't have. But
my whole thing is kind of like I think I'm a food addict.
You might be. I mean, that's a tough addiction. That's a very tough addiction, food. So why don't you try this? There are 12-step meetings for food. There's Overeaters Anonymous and these other programs. Why don't you try one of those for a little while and see if it resonates with you?
I will. I'll do so.
And then make yourself go to the gym, too, dude. I know none of us want to, because we go to the gym, we look in the mirror. What's that?
That's not the issue. The gym, it's the food.
Okay.
It's just I feel like it's like, I should reward myself, or
I've been
doing good for 2 weeks, and I'm gonna reward myself, and then I get in that cycle of eating like shit. You know?
Yeah, dude, it's a very cunning and powerful and baffling thing, the way our mind talks to us. I was doing the same thing. I'll reward myself, but now when I reward myself, like if I'm going to Anthony's, like on Christmas I went over there, or if I'm going to Bob Kelly's on Thanksgiving. You know what? I've been eating so good for like a year now or 8 months. Like rewarding myself literally is one night. I don't reward myself 2 or 3 nights. Or if I'm out and I have some fruit for dessert, like I'll have, and we're going to let you go because your phone keeps cracking, but thank you. I'll have some like fruit for dessert, like berries, and a little bit of whipped cream I'll dip it into. I just got to stop bullshitting myself. I can't eat candy and fucking cake and mayonnaise and fattening food. It's like, that's why I put weight on. So good luck, buddy. Let's see. Let me see what this guy is. Psycho Bob from Baltimore.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Good. 2 things. First thing is, I had sleep apnea. I ignored it for years, and finally got a machine. First night worked perfectly. Haven't had a problem since then. It's been like 5 years since I had it.
I envy you. You're probably a guy that fell asleep well, too. Like, I'm a guy that, can't fall asleep, and then I don't sleep once I am asleep. But I really envy that, but I'm happy to hear that it's working.
I was lucky. I was really lucky.
Yeah.
Second thing is a couple months ago, you made a comment on the show, and usually, like you're real funny when you come up with serious stuff, and it really hit me and hit home, and I wanted to mention it to you, was that you were talking about religion, and you said that you believed in God, not really organized religion, but you believed in God because if there wasn't a God, then once we die, we cease to exist. That really hit it on the head for me.
I was saying, I think I was saying why I want to believe in a God. Like, meaning, why is it important for me to believe in a God? I think that's when Penn Jillette was in. And I think I was saying, like, why I want to believe. I want to believe that it's true. And I really do want to believe that it's true. And I think he was saying why. Like, he was quoting Christopher Hitchens, saying that God is punishing and God is awful, and why do we need to believe? And I was saying, like, well, that's a good question. Here's why I want to believe. And again, it's hard, so I don't know if I do or not. I'm up in the air.
Well,
It's
we won't
because
know the answer. We won't ever know the answer until we get to that point. But I like the philosophy, and I appreciated hearing it.
Thank you, buddy. For me, that's why I just don't want to cease to exist. I want to continue in some form. And that's all technology is about. That's all we are about as a species. And thank you for the call, Bob, is trying to continue to exist, to stretch life, not just to endure life and to have a life, but to stretch it. We want to exist. And that's probably, if God is a man-made creation, that's probably what it is. That's probably human beings creating a way where we continue to exist until the technology will actually allow us to exist forever, which I firmly believe it will. Now, let me ask John in Louisiana, says tilapia is really bad for you. Now, let me hear this. John, why do you say that?
Yeah, let's jump right from God to bad fish. Jim, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Look, yeah, I want to discourage you and the listeners from tilapia because it's been it was good whenever it was wild caught, but now they're farm raising it, kind of like they've done with catfish, but they genetically modify tilapia. They found the males grow faster than the females. They found if they added testosterone to the feed, all the fish turn into males. So they're genetically modifying the feed, plus it's corn and all these stuff that creates these omega-6 acids in the fish, which omega-6s aren't good for you.
Okay.
So tilapia is really bad for you. And you can look all this stuff up. It's all been researched.
Okay, I believe
it. It's not good. Anyways, but on the good stuff, hey, are you going to go to Bonnaroo this year?
Thank you very much for the call. No, I will not be going to Bonnaroo. They haven't invited me, but maybe next year. Every few years you get the call from them. And thanks for the information on the tilapia. In my gym there's a few options. There's there's good salmon and then there's some grilled chicken and there's tilapia, the three main ones. But now I eat tilapia honestly probably once a week. It's usually chicken or salmon, but now I'll lay off that. So thank you very much. Now, Susan in Pennsylvania wants to know if she should stay with her boyfriend because of their financial situation. Ooh, do tell, Sue.
Well, I mean, when I first started dating my boyfriend, we were, 19 years old. And I don't think I really realized, the implications of him being disabled and legally blind.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and the fact that he was on Social Security disability.
Okay.
And unfortunately, they kicked him off of it because despite his efforts that, he tried to make sure that, he was under the amount that he could actually make. And I guess he ended up making too much, despite the fact that he called Social Security a number of times.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what's your dilemma now? You're with this guy for how long?
10 years.
Oh, wow. Quite a while. Now, do you love him?
Yeah, I do love him, but it's just at the moment he owes the government $40,000. He works 60 hours a week, so I rarely, if ever.
What does he do?
He is in the IT field.
Isn't he blind?
Yeah.
What's he?
You can be legally blind, but still be able to see.
Oh, okay.
He can't drive.
Sure. Okay. So he makes money, but you love him. He makes money. What's the issue?
I mean, the fact that he has $40,000, we barely are able to keep our heads afloat, to sustain.
You're 19 when you met this guy. You're probably tired of fucking the same guy. Are you bored with him?
No, I'm not bored with him. I mean, I love him a lot. I think he's a great guy. It just, it doesn't feel like you're in a relationship when, he's not, he's not able to be there for me as much as he would like to be.
Well, is it because he's just working a lot?
It's because he's working a lot, but also because, like I said, he owes the government $40,000. He's got student loans. He's got credit card debt from buying things that we absolutely necessities for our home, like a refrigerator, a stove, that kind of shit.
Okay, so why would you think of leaving him? Just because he's been really busy trying to pay off stuff responsibly? I think he guy's busting his ass. If he was working 10 hours a week, your phone call would be, and he doesn't do anything, and we got debt, but he won't pay it off, and he's lazy, and he's sleeping all day, and I'm sick of looking at him. It's like I've had this fight with girlfriends before. There's never a happy medium. They want you to work 40 hours a week or the exact amount of hours you need to pay for everything comfortably and enough time to give them exactly what they need. But, sweetheart, that's not always possible. In an ideal world, but if he's paying off stuff, Let him work the extra hours and pay it off while he can.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. It's just like, he doesn't make that much. So, like, it's, like, difficult to imagine, like, will we be able to save for the future? Will we be able to...
What do you do? What kind of work do you do?
I'm unfortunately, I was a student, but I was suffering from anxiety issues from my past that I'm trying to sort out at the moment.
So you're not working, right? You're not working.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so here you are. This guy's busting his ass for 60 hours a week with his shitty eyesight and his dumb face pressed up against the computer. It's probably really uncomfortable to look at. And you're not working? Like I don't care why. You can't, even though this guy can't see for shit. Like, he probably doesn't see a basketball until it's bouncing off his forehead. And you are figuring out why you can't work. How about you get a job? You will not have nearly as much time to think about how your needs are not being met. And you won't have enough time to think about, he's not available for me. You need him to be available for you because you have so much time on your hands. Why don't you go out and get a 40-hour-a-week job? You won't have as much time on your hands. B, you'll empathize. Go ahead.
I have tried in the past to, like, get jobs, and I have worked. It's not like I've constantly, perpetually sat on my ass, which I do feel guilty about. I really do.
How long have you been sitting on your ass?
A couple months.
Okay. Why aren't you working 40 hours a week and contributing to the pot?
That's kind of also my dilemma, is, like, the only jobs that I can obtain, because I don't really have anything past a high school education, is, like, minimum wage paying jobs. And maybe that's fucking selfish of me. I'm it feels pretty selfish of me, but it's like, it's really difficult to stay in, like, customer service jobs where they're so demanding, and I'm not really a people-oriented person.
Yeah, listen to me. Listen, I'm listening to what you're saying, Susan. You're being selfish. And I know that you may have issues, but you want everything. You want a better paying job, but you don't have the education. You want a boyfriend who gives you more time, but you guys have bills. You want. And it's like, I'm not, why don't you just, instead of wanting and wanting and wanting, why don't you do? And by doing, even if, you're right, minimum wage jobs suck. They don't pay great. But you know what? It beats sitting on your ass doing nothing but worrying about your boyfriend not giving you enough attention. Like, if it's character building, first of all, to work. And in this shitty economy, if you can get a job and put something into what you guys are building or trying to build, then that will help alleviate some of your problems. I still think there's more going on than you're saying. Maybe not that you're lying, but I think that there's something going on that you're not indicating. I don't think you like him as much as you're saying, because if you did, you wouldn't be like, should I just stay with this guy for financial support when you're not even working? Like, instead of saying, wow, what a great guy, he puts up with me fucking lounging around doing nothing.
Oh no, I think he is a great guy for the fact that he puts up with all my bullshit. Because, like, I'm not saying that I'm completely devoid of bullshit.
Right. No, you're not.
I absolutely am.
I'd say in this situation, you've given me 80% bullshit. So I'm going to let you go, but I appreciate the call. My suggestion would be to get a job, contribute something, and stop whining about what you're not getting. And then, if you're doing all that stuff and you still feel like, hey, I'm not getting enough, then to me you have a legitimate gripe. But until that, you don't. Let's see. Okay, now someone's saying that tilapia is fine. Now, Jim from Jersey. I'm a Jim from Jersey, Eric. So let's take Jim from Jersey.
Yes, that's me.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
First of all, before I get started, I want to congratulate you on telling that lazy bitch to get off her ass. Get a job and stop fucking complaining.
Thank you. That's exactly how I should have said it, too.
Yeah, fucking bitch. Anyway, listen. I'm trying to lose probably about 5 pounds. I'm 5'9". I weigh 189 pounds. For me to drop down to what it says I'm supposed to be, I'd be a skinny thing. I work out all the time. So I'm on this no-carb diet. It's fucking impossible to find stuff that has absolutely no carbs. Everything has a carb here or there. Like, what are you doing? Are you completely doing no carbs?
No way. I absolutely hate no carb diets. They're great for immediate weight. And again, I'm certainly not a health But I train with two different women just because it's really hard to get. They're both very, very busy. So one of them I was talking to, and I said to her about the carbs, and she's like, "Yeah, eat brown rice." She's like, "You gotta have some carbs." Most really healthy people say that some carbs, if you try to eat them in the earlier in the day, are fine, and your body needs them. If you're eating a healthy, and this sounds so corny, a healthy, balanced diet, and you're exercising, and you're not bullshitting, you will lose the weight, or you'll be at the weight you're supposed to be at. I personally don't think no-carb diets are good. I think that you need some carbs, but a lot of times we eat the wrong kinds, or we eat them at the wrong times, or we mix and match the wrong shit with them, so I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because there is good carbs.
Yeah.
There's good carbs and there's bad carbs. You just got to stay away from the white flour.
Right.
You're supposed to stay away from bread. Because also, the weight scale, like I'm 5'1", it says I should be 176 pounds. If I was 176 pounds, I'd be a fucking skinny little nothing. I work out 3-4 times a week, and now I'm just trying to lose just enough to show the definition in my stomach. And I work with my son, and he breaks my balls every time I go to get something. He tells me there's carbs in there. It's impossible. Even steamed vegetables have carbs.
Yeah, exactly. And steamed vegetable. There's other things in life besides carbs. Like there's cancer-fighting things in vegetables and fruits. And to me, like I would rather do a little bit of extra work or cut something else out of the diet and eat something that fights cancer or fights the growth of tumors. So I would suggest fucking eat fruits and vegetables. I hate when people say the fruits and vegetables are bad. Any diet that tells you not to eat fruits and vegetables is a fucking shit diet.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ, don't eat vegetables? What the fuck is wrong with these places? Thank you for the call, buddy, and good luck. I'm sure you'll lose it.
Thank you.
Take care. It's hard, though. Rob in Jersey said he made out with a gal, but she stopped him, and then later she asked him to come over. How does this work? Rob, you and your saucy story are on the air.
Hey, so basically, I met this girl at a dog park, and then we've been hanging out.
Oh, that's no way to talk about her, sir.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Anyways, we start making out after going out one night, and she stops me and says, "Why would you be doing this? Where did you think that it was going this direction?"
How old is she?
She's 21.
Okay.
And I basically said, just felt like the natural progression of things. But if you want to stop, it's not like I'm emotionally invested at this point.
Right.
And she's like, "Yeah, we're just supposed to be friends, blah blah blah." And I go up to my place. She cabs home, and then I get a text from her saying, "This might be stupid, but you should come over."
Did you?
Yeah.
What happened?
We hooked up.
Okay. So what that's about, it looks like a lot of times women don't want to feel like whores. It's the oldest thing in the book, but women are taught that you're supposed to say no, even when you want to say yes. And that's why men sometimes misinterpret their no's as yeses, because we're like, well, women have been taught that, but no, she actually means no. It's hard to figure out sometimes. So because you played it cool and weren't a douchebag about it, you probably didn't make her feel pressured and obligated, and therefore not like a whore. Like she had some control. You left.
Right.
So then she's like, well, fuck, I did want to fool around with this guy. So you played it right. A lot of times if a girl thinks, hey, it's fine if we don't fuck, she'll fuck. Not always, but a lot of times the problem women have is the obligation men feel. Like, okay, I'm in your apartment, you owe me pussy. And I never play it like that. When I'm with girls, I mean, again, I will occasionally have, the ones in my life that didn't want to do anything. But I get a lot farther than a lot of people, and I think it's because they really know that they're under no pressure to do anything. Like, I'm not going to go fucking ballistic and try to force feed you dick if you don't want to suck my dick. So you played it right, and you were like, good, fine, I'll just go home. And then that made her go, well, hey, I kind of wanted to fuck this guy. So good for you, my friend.
All right, thanks for the advice, man.
All right, next time, take what's yours. Let's see here. How about Mark in Colorado, who's religious his whole life? Mark?
Yeah, man. I was raised, believed, hook, line, and sinker. You couldn't have, faltered my beliefs. And then as an adult, I got rocked pretty hard and have just added it up, and I just don't believe anymore.
Yeah.
However, my problem is because whatever happened to me, and my belief is my belief. But my children have been raised, who are now teenagers, have been raised in the same belief system that I was in, and I'm stuck. Do I tell them, hey, your dad doesn't believe anymore, so don't believe either, because they're gonna follow.
I think, pardon my interruption, but I think you got half of it right there. You just said, do I tell them Dad doesn't believe anymore, so you shouldn't believe? I think you just answered your own question, but half of that's right. I think you should be honest and say that Dad doesn't believe anymore, and then instead of saying you shouldn't believe, you put a period after that. I think if you speak for yourself and let them have their own belief system because they're teenagers, that's what I would personally think would work. Even though I've never raised a kid, so I don't understand those dynamics like you do. But
well, I know that the problem is that they're taught. I mean, I remember when I was a teenager, if I didn't have to go to church, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. And it's like if that's not taught to them, every religion is taught. And if you like, I can't believe in Muslim because I'm not. I'm so void from that belief because it's not taught to me. If it was taught to me, I might believe that.
You said you got rocked. What rocked you? Was it an incident, or you mean you just changed because you looked at science stuff more? What rocked you?
I was a complete. I was a very hard believe Christian. Then I went away from it, didn't believe, and it was a completely selfish piece of crap who treated everybody horribly. And then in my marriage, everything, and then came back in and rededicated my life and was really living hard for it. My children being born was probably what did it to me to make me be more of it. And then lies and deceit afterwards. After I was came back and was doing better, it made me question. And if I was doing bad and when it fell away from a belief and doing bad and get rocked, hey, this is what happens. You don't believe, this is what happens. If there's a God up there and says, you shouldn't have waited until I believed again to have my entire world turned upside down because of lies and deceit, and then expecting to say you knew it was going to happen. If you're omnipotent, you know that I'm going to feel this way afterwards. Why are you going to wait until I believe again? I understand if I'm doing bad, you get treated bad, karma. But when I'm doing good, and then you're going to open my eyes into the horrors of the world, no, and that just tells me then you start adding everything up.
So you just change. You evidence. See, I like people who change their opinion. I even respect people who didn't believe in God and then come to believe in God. Like, to me, we are too wrapped up as people in pride in our belief systems. I'm proud of my beliefs. And thank you very much for the call, Mark. I appreciate that. And my suggestion, by the way, like I said, would be to always be honest with them, but I don't think you can force them to believe the way you do. You found your way, and they'll find their way, which may be sticking with the religion or coming the way you do. Whatever their path is their path. But people who are proud of their belief system, I'm a proud liberal, I'm a goddamn proud Republican. Well, then you're a fucking moron. You're a moron. Because to me, to be that wrapped up in a belief system or an ideology means you ignore any evidence to the contrary. And I think that people who do that are not open. And, you know what? We as human beings are contradictions sometimes. Like, I felt very strongly about the war in Iraq at one point. I believed in it. I thought it was right. And then, you know what? I was wrong. I didn't believe in it after a while. And instead of being a twat and defending why I thought what I thought because I don't want to look bad or because I want to defend my belief system, I believe I was wrong. I believe I looked at it a way I look at differently now. But we punish each other for that shit. We punish each other when politicians... And again, there are wishy-washy guys that change their opinion for a few votes, and those guys are cunts. But, if you have a change of heart about something, we punish you and say you're wishy-washy, so we don't allow politicians to have change of hearts. We don't allow each other to have change. But you said, and I don't know. I don't believe in pride in a belief system. I think that we put too much stock in being married to ideologies, and I think that that's where we get stuck. Because then the whole thing is you're spent trying to shoehorn everything into your ideology. You're trying to defend your ideology instead of being open to new information. Okay, let's see. No, you don't need to do that. In the low carb. Okay, hey, John in Rochester. Used to weigh 400 pounds, and now he's 280. Did the low carb diet. Hi, John.
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Good. Thank you, buddy, for the call.
Hey, well, I got a statement and a question. Yeah, okay. About 2 years ago, I was 410 pounds, and I don't want to say low carb, but I cut out, in the last 2 years, I haven't had a cake, a candy, a chip.
Sure,
I cut out all that garbage.
Right.
in the last 2 years, and if you do a good, like you said, a good carb diet, and I eat the vegetables and the fruit, and it comes off, man. It's just cutting out that garbage. But the second part, the question I have is I've hit like a plateau in the last, I don't know, I've been stuck for probably about 3 months now. Any suggestions on how to jumpstart that?
Do you go to the gym?
Yeah, I do go to the gym. I mean, I'm a truck driver. I do go to the gym. I don't go as much as I'd like to because of my job, but I do go to the gym. I mean, I know I've dropped 124 pounds, so plateau was inevitable, but I'd like to get it jump-started again.
Yeah, your body plateaus, I think. And that's by the way, why I got trainers. Because, and I got two again, just because they're so busy. I want to do 2 sessions a week with a trainer plus my own. But you get caught up in your own routine, whatever that is, however often you go to the gym, whatever it is you eat. And sometimes they say you got to shock your body. You can't let your muscles get too used to stuff. Your body just adjusts to, like people in prison. It just becomes your existence. It becomes your life. Well, that's what your body says. Okay, this is where I am. This is what's going on. So I think to jumpstart it, I would suggest maybe talk to a nutritionist once and go through the diet carefully of what you're eating and say, what can I eat? What can I cut out here that is putting weight on me that I don't realize is putting or keeping weight on me? What combination might help and what exercise? Because how tall are you?
6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot. Now, you might have some extra skin that needs to be taken off eventually, so maybe that puts a little weight. But you could probably lose a good amount more weight on your own. And I'm going to guess exercise is a huge part of it. And you probably need to go in and shock your body a little bit. And by shock it, I mean just do stuff you're not used to doing. And you could maybe go online and find some really good exercises if you can't afford a trainer. Because I've got some great ab workouts and shit from being online. But that would be my suggestion from my minimal amount of knowledge in your life, is just to kind of shake it up a little. Shake it up a little bit, because your body is just used to what's happening, okay?
Okay, Jimmy, I appreciate it, man. I got a lot of the motivation from listening to you guys. When I was big and heavy, I always had the excuses. You guys said it was not an excuse when I listened to you guys in the morning. So I just want to thank you guys, because believe it or not, all the fun you guys make fun of people and talking about the airplane, sitting in the airplane and everything out, it does make you sit back and think when you're a big guy, these guys are right. It's about time to do something. So I just want to thank you, man.
Thank you, man. And congratulations. That's great that you lost all that weight, and keep going. That's really good news. And hi, Spencer in Florida. You said we somehow can't separate religion and recovery. Do you mean the collective we, or you and I, Spencer?
I didn't catch that last part, but yeah, just kind of in general, because I've heard you, I've been listening to you, and I love you, by the way.
Thank you. Are you in recovery?
I actually, I'm a recovered addict, alcoholic and addict.
Okay, cool.
And I help a lot of guys. I get the opportunity to sponsor a lot of guys, and obviously this God thing is the one thing that really pops up the most. And I didn't believe in God, and it's really just hearing the last. I think the guy before was talking about now he doesn't believe because something happened, and even that is kind of a self-centered way to do it. And I think that's why we have such a problem in believing in something bigger than us. And when you say the word God, just the word, the 3 little words, G-O-D, it just brings this flood of, Catholicism and Baptist church and and it's just not that. I stay as far away from churches as I can. I don't want anything to do with them, but I do believe there's something out there bigger than us. And even when I hear those discussions with Penn Jillette and he talks about things, really all he's doing is discounting religion, not necessarily a spiritual way of life.
Well, hold on, let me just jump in with you for a second, Spencer, because I agree with you. Like the problem is, and I think Doug and Stanhope and I talked about this too, and the word God throws a lot of people when they're getting sober and in recovery, because God is mentioned in 12 steps and blah, blah, blah. Part of that is when it was written, again, as we talked about. And one thing I've forgotten, because I said God could be group of drunks, but somebody said, for years I've known God can be good, orderly direction. It doesn't have to be a deity. It doesn't have to be, some people, I think Penn believes in a non-spiritual, like a spiritual way of life could be helping other people and giving of yourself. It doesn't have to be a deity-oriented thing. There is a way to recover completely and be sober and have a great life and be a perfect member of society without having any belief whatsoever in a deity.
And even the good orderly direction, and people, a lot of times you hear people say, like, do the next right thing. I even discount that because, and I say this all the time, and I don't know what the next right thing is. I did a lot of shitty things. I mean, stealing, just fucked over people. I mean, I did a lot of shitty things in my life and got suicidal and all that with the drugs and alcohol. I went through and was a horrible, despicable person. But to say that I shouldn't have done any of those things, I wouldn't be married today and have kids and the job I have and be where I am today had I not done all those shitty, horrible things.
Yeah, but
so for me to tell someone to do, I don't know if you need to go out there and date that girl with 2 months of recovery and be taken for everything you got to realize maybe I shouldn't do that.
But we do know, but you know what, we do know in a way, and again, there's always gray area. But let's be honest, and without the semantics, we know the difference between right and wrong. Like you're saying, I shouldn't have done those things or I wouldn't have been married. That's happened to be the way it worked out. But I shouldn't have done bad things just because I shouldn't have done bad things. Like, I understand that sometimes good things come out of it. Or, hey, look, if I hadn't been robbing that house, I wouldn't have run into 7-Eleven and met that girl. Like, okay, life does work out that way sometimes. But we can't live life, or I don't think we can live life thinking, hey, I can't tell people to do the right thing because by doing the wrong thing, they may luck up and have a life-changing, wonderful experience. I think most times experience tells us that if you do what the next right thing is, and look, dude, we don't always know what it is, but most times we have a good idea. Like,
I agree with you, but that's the argument with this, the choice in using or not. When the girl goes in the crack house and gets gang raped, she does not want to go back in that crack house again, but why is she there a week later? That's a lack of choice. She doesn't have that choice in there. And the thing is yes, we do know the right thing, and I don't mean to get into the semantics of it, but it's really just opinion. It's opinion and common sense. And I think that, to bring it back to the religious thing, I think we're, as a society, in need of moving away from organized religion and realizing that there is something greater out there. And even people who use science and all that as a discount for God, you can't wrap your mind around the fact that this world is however many billion years old.
Spencer, I don't mean to cut you off. We have to. Eric gave me a 2-minute sign. I have another live read to do, and we have to end the show. So I'm not cutting you off because you're talking. It's literally the computer will shut me off. So thank you for the call. It was an interesting phone call, but we have to go because we have to end the show. All right, so, buddy, thank you for the call. And I think what Spencer is saying in a very nutshell is we all have our own way of looking at stuff. Some are organized religion. Some believe in nothing, like Penn, and Spencer thinks that there's something. I just think if people were a little more respectful about each other's fucking vibes, and again, that comes with not being so married to any one way of thinking, we'd all be a little bit better off. Thank you all for the calls. The phone lines were lit, so I apologize for not getting to everybody. Going to see Jimmy, how do I avoid looking like a douche? Bring a girl who will blow me. Protein supplement, I've used it, works great. Yes, so do I have that, Daryl. It's called Cum. If he's a truck driver, some truck stops have fitness centers. Okay, Rick, some of them don't. 60 days sober, I'm starting to lose my belief in God. Well, give it some time, Ray, in North Carolina. Just keep coming back. As they say, bring the body and the mind will follow. Don't worry about your God belief right now. Just keep showing up. You're doing well.